Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first Immortal Community Tournament. First, because there's been a lot of Break the Game weeklies, but this time we're doing our own community tournament while we wait for the secret special event happening in about 2 weeks. So yeah, just a 1v1 tournament for fun. We have a pretty good bracket. We have a lower bracket as well, so it should be a fun tournament of 1v1s. And yeah, with me is of course Westo, who is our main streamer today. How you doing, Westo?
Hello, very good, ZKay, very good. Happy to be here.
I'm happy to have you.
Yes, and thank you for not adminning. What's the word I'm looking for? Hosting this beautiful tournament. I know personally as someone who has done events myself, it's a lot of head work. So I appreciate it.
It's going to be fun. Like, we have 8 players as well, and our very first 2 players are Drago and Yeti. So it's going to be fun, a fun first match. But how about you turn off the bracket just so we can have a look at that?
Alrighty, give me just a moment here.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah. So our first seed, of course, is Magical. Magical has won a lot of these tournaments. So our first seed, we have other well-known names like Santa, Lightforge, or Drago, who've all been here multiple times. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting tournament. We have a lower bracket, which we haven't always had, but having it this time around is going to be a nice change of pace for anyone that gets eliminated first round. You get to play someone else that got eliminated first round. Get to keep going from there.
Yeah. It's also going to be, I believe, right, best of 1 for the round 1, and then round 2 in the winners bracket. From then on, we're doing best of 3s. We're doing best of 1 in the loser round 1 and 2, and then the losers round pass will be best of 3, right?
Yeah, so it shouldn't take too long as well as a tournament. It'll be a good, well-timed tournament that, it'll be a fun time for all, and everyone can enjoy watching and playing with it. It's looking forward to see how it goes up with all those best of 3s, best of 1s, and yeah, we're starting off our very own first best of 1 between Drago and Yupi. What are your thoughts on these 2 players?
So Yeti is a player. Yeti plays a lot, okay, and he never plays absolutely amazing, which is something he's my friend. I can say that about him, but
yeah, it's good.
He is sometimes very confusing. Okay, and he can sometimes do some weird stuff that could definitely throw Drago off. I think that's not just. There's definitely some potential for Yeti to win this game. It's not just. I don't think it's just you just say, oh, Drago's got much more experience in the game and he's been playing for much longer and he's just better in general. I think there's some potential for Yeti here, but going into it, I think Yeti is the underdog in this case.
I'm really not sure because Drago is one of those special players that has a lot of tricks up his sleeve, and any type of trick up his sleeve can turn someone like Yeti, someone that's used to playing the optimal way. Maybe it'll just, he's not used to it, especially if a new patch has just dropped like this week. We turn the game on him. Well, in any case, I think we should be ready to get started, right?
Let's launch.
Let's hop in.
Let's go.
Yeah, launch it.
Boom, boom.
Let's go.
Wait, what? Uh-oh. Games.
That's the first time I've seen it.
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
Oops.
I guess the fact that we're trying to do a tournament without the assistance of the developers means the servers are full.
Yep. Okay. So game slots are all full. So that's unfortunate for starting off this tournament.
Yes. Maybe we could message some people and get them to stop playing so we can, cast. Our game takes a little bit of priority, just a little bit.
See, I actually didn't know that. I thought if you created a lobby, you had lobby priority. I didn't know you would be stopped from launching a game. That's
Man, we were too slow. Oh no.
Well, let's at least tell the players and
yeah,
let them know the point. Yeah, that's something I didn't expect at all.
Yeah, me either. No, neither of us thought of it.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's something to expect as the game is still. Yeah.
Well, in the meantime, ZKay.
Yes.
Are you excited for anyone in particular in the whole tournament? I'll go back to the bracket for a moment here.
Yeah, let's go back to the bracket. Yeah, you can keep trying to launch the bracket, but launch the game. But yeah, we look at the bracket. We only went over it slowly. We know the favorite for this tournament is Magical. Magical Has won a lot of tournaments. And of course the secret event that will be casted by other casters from other games. We've seen in the past we've had people like Doa, Travis, Monte Cristo cast. So who knows who's going to be the casters this time? But yeah, there's a lot of people that could come along for this to cast those matches. And yeah, they have a pretty. Oh, try it. Shadow Fury just GG'd. So try and launch it now.
Alrighty.
God damn it!
Darn it. We're close.
Yeah.
Oh, did they GG out or did the game end?
Yeah, I think Shadow Fury just lost. He went Expo first, and Lightforger went for a quick victory there. So yeah, Lightforger is a winner of the first match.
Wow, that was fast.
Yeah, it's what Lightforger does sometimes. He's someone that knows his he knows his cheesy strats. He knows his one base plays, and those type of plays you just need to figure out how to play it, how to understand, and yeah, and see and see how it goes from there.
Wow, that's that's really fast. That some of my games are like that, and I know how it feels. It's just like, oh darn it, just get Fire Singer rushed or something ridiculous by somebody who's way better than you.
Yeah, no, those Fire Singer rushes are a pain when you're not sure what to expect from them. It's like, oh, okay, that's gonna kill you really fast.
Or when you've never been Fire Singer rushed before, that's always fun.
Yeah, but it actually got nerfed in the last patch.
It did.
Fire Singers.
It did.
Yep.
It used to be worse, and yeah, I experienced the pain and suffering when it was worse before you had to build the bear. Was it the bear of the solid? Shoot.
Keeper of the Hardened Flames, yes.
Hardened, that's it. I was solid hardened I was close, I swear.
It's close enough.
But yeah.
You can try launching again and again. Let's keep trying to launch until it works.
Oh,
It's the dream.
Yes! It's launching! I don't believe it.
Well, anyways, we have to wait for a player to pick the game. But yeah, we are heading back into game, and that is what we wanted. Yeti versus Drago. Exciting times. And it always starts by who do you want to start playing with. We've seen Yeti play a lot more Aru in general. He likes his frums, he likes finding timings. And there are some new timings out now with the Bloodbound getting cast from life, which means you can just use your spell 3 times in a row and use your HP to do it. So
So Yeti taking his time to choose his character. He's been going back and forth between Orzum and Zal as of right now. He's hovering over Orzum. Oh, he has chosen Zal.
This is only a best of 1, so it can go extremely quickly deciding who will win or fail based on that. We're used to having best of 3s, and this being just a best of 1 can cause some issues sometimes.
I do like that Yeti chose Zal. I noticed something that he was doing in the matches before the tournament. We were in voice with the guys. They were playing some games just for fun before the tournament actually started, and Yeti was using the Whitewood Reapers really well. I hope to see some of that because personally, I haven't been using them. I've been playing a crap ton of Zal recently because the change, and I'm a memester. I gotta mess around with the invisible units, But I'm interested to see if he uses those. Ooh, the Alt 4 does something new now.
Oh, that's great, actually.
Oh, nice.
Game takes a bit of time to get into, but once it does, we see this beautiful new Observer UI. It is just great. I love these changes.
Yep. Well, in the top left, playing as Orzum, standard schmandard, it is Drago.
A player that is anything but standard.
I mean, yes, but yeah.
In the bottom right, someone who actually is someone that tries to define what is standard. It is Yeti in the red, playing as Zal. And just said he was playing standard. he's playing double E from all. He's not expanding.
Yeah, I know. Drago also went double ether extractor. So something to point out real quick as the game is starting. There's some changes to the buildings of the Aru, and they're kind of more colorful now. I would say I haven't looked at a comparison between the past one and the new one, but there is definitely a difference in the coloring.
Yeah, the leaves are all colored now, especially you can see how how beautiful the leaves are now, or at least there's a lot more red in it. Even more leaves. You know, art is coming. The milestones are getting hit. The developers are making a lot of incremental changes to the art. We have a lot more sounds as well in game than we did before. We have unit death sounds when units die.
And that is some of them are hilarious. Like the sound when the thrum dies, it sounds like when you step on a mosquito, which, you know, if you know, we have mosquitoes here in Florida. You guys might not have them wherever you're living, but when you step on a mosquito, it makes noise. I swear. I'm not making this up.
If you say so, I believe you.
No, but the sound that caught me the most off guard was the the symbiotes when they die.
Oh yes, they have the best.
They
sound.
have this sound that just makes me cry inside. It's like you're stepping on a hamster.
That's a nice description. Getting stepped on the hamster, the sound of a symbiote. I hope you have more descriptions like that for all the units.
So now we can hear the Minecraft similar noise when the neutral symbiote characters die, and the slashing noise of the Zentari, which I really like. I get some Age of Empires vibes when I hear it.
Oh, yeah. Centauri also have multiple sounds, like depending on which one hits. There's a few different sounds it goes into, so there's nice sound mix in those. And here, Yeti is disappointed he couldn't get the power and is looking for Drago's army instead. But honestly, Centauri versus Bone Sluggers with perfect micro, you can win, but okay, going for the power can't be smart.
It's difficult. I mean, he's going to catch him off guard here. He's on the high ground, so he's going to poke ahead. He has that ranged attack, and the Centauri are pretty slow. They're chonky boys, but they're pretty slow, so he may be able to mess around here. He's going to try and kill this Pyre Miner.
Is it worth it?
He lost a Bone Stalker, and it seemed to just disappear. Oh no, it's reappeared. Okay, that was strange. Oh, they're turning invisible. That's what it is. Okay, I get it. I swear I'm not thick in the head.
I think that might be some bug hunting where we can report it after this game. But here we see the Absolver coming out for Drago. So Drago going for some type of push. Absolver's great zone control units that are really useful for some of those early pushes where you can just go into your opponent, siege it up, and yeah, your opponent can't really jump on you.
We also see Dervish out here from Drago. That's fun. Dervish recently got a big nerf, and they're not as effective as they used to be. It now takes 3 slices of their wings to be able to kill a worker, whereas before it was only 2. We see a little bit of an engagement here. Whitewood Reaper coming forward. So both players forming their army compositions.
Actually, Whitewood Reapers are kind of a good counter to the Absolvers, as you can hit them with the mark, and then they take 50% more damage from everything. So as soon as you hit them, usually you can dodge the mark, but you definitely can't if you're sieged up. Yeti, however, doesn't care, just going for the backdoor mineral alloy line instead.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty bold. I gotta say. I mean, he's got the mobility to be able to stick this out. He's not gonna just straight up die because the Absolvers can't really dive on this. So he's being annoying. He's also got stuff in the natural, Whitewood Reaper and a Bone Stalker, and that's actually really nice. He's actually killed all of the workers in the natural, and we see a fight here. He jumped on both Absolvers and killed them both. What?
We see the power of the Whitewood Reaper here, really being able to take care of those Absolvers by just putting the mark on them. Absolvers sieging up once more, and it's deployed. However, the mark was already used and gets one of those expensive Whitewood Reapers.
Yes, that is unfortunate, but I feel like they did its job. He got an Absolver, he got a couple workers. That was pretty nice.
Yeah, that's some good multitasking from Yeti. Behind this, Drago expanding. He's confident he can survive this onslaught from his opponent. He's playing Orzum. Orzum is more of a defensive type of immortal, so it makes sense to, get all those towers, play defensive, and just survive the onslaught from your opponent, especially as the Dervish does the counter damage here, swishing its way through all the symbiotes.
Most of the symbiotes survived, except for the fact that some of them are now going to attack this tower, and the tower has been changed so that it now attacks the target that's closest to it, even if it was already attacking another target before it. So players used to hit the tower, and then it would start targeting the main building, and it would just target the main building infinitely. But now it will switch.
Oh yeah, attacking the units. Yeah, Yeti has no choice but to retreat, or else the tower will keep attacking his units. So Drago's dervish attack actually did much more damage just from getting that tower aggro on.
Exactly. That's becoming a better move, and it's kind of depressing. Ooh, a little fight here. The Whitewood Reapers are very powerful, but they don't see these absolvers. This is pretty bold.
They get taken out immediately. They go down the hill, and they go down as well in their 8 hit points. And yeah, Yeti, that was an expensive trade. We could look at the army value at the bottom, 550, 1775. Drago just took a massive lead from that fight.
Yeah, that was pretty unfortunate. Yeti may not have been looking at his army. That was very unfortunate. The sound of the Icors dying is also an interesting one.
Yeah, we saw the Icors going for a wraparound and finding another avenue of attack. However, 2 of them get taken off before they can even try to kill those moats. And he'll find one. And it takes 3 shots to kill them, and okay, he'll have time to do it.
There's nothing around here, so it's fine. The thing I'm worried about, though, Drago has a 3rd base, and it's starting to get saturated. Yeti barely has a natural, and his army is not comparable to Drago's right now.
And the push is coming. I love the flying teapot as well. That is the detector.
That is beautiful.
Drago's detector, he will not get surprised by anything invisible. Residents are out. Residents are a good counter to absolvers.
Absolvers of siege. There's a lot of units here for Drago, but there's also for Yeti. Residents are coming forward. Yeti is moving forward, and Fuse coming down to the absolvers. That's very nice. These absolvers are chewing through these bone stalkers, but it just seems so close. Residents are able to take down all of the Zentari, and 1 absolver remains. Very close trades here. I didn't think that Yeti was going to be able to hold that. So well done from him. Last absolver gets taken down.
Getting those residents was the perfect choice, as residents outranged the absolvers by just enough that he can get them. Of course, he did get the siege, which makes a big difference, getting that extra range on it. He didn't have it at the start of the fight, but as soon as he got it, he got in position and took out the final absolver. And yeah, the Drago traded decently enough. We can look once more at the army value at the bottom. And that tells a bit of a tale of the story, right? They're pretty equal at this point. But as you said, the economy for Drago is better. And that's often what can determine the victor in these tight games. But the Resonants are coming.
Ooh, absolvers are diving forward. You don't often see that. Resonance kiting away, though. They've got a powerful one-shot fired when they are not sieged, even though it's not AoE. Absolvers are sieging now, but once again, like you said, those Resonants outrange those absolvers. So unless Yeti runs into their range, he can siege this to his heart's content.
I love this play from Yeti, putting down the underspine, which gives him rootway. Resonance get an extra 2 range when on rootway, so he can get those from so far away. Those absolvers are going down immediately, and from just a few shots, those 5 resonants, and he's getting in place to take down this 3rd base. What will Drago do to get out of this mess?
I mean, this is a tough one as Drago. You know, it was looking really good for Yeti. Or for Drago, and then he went across the map, and the fight just went so well for Yeti, and now he's got these resonants here with this great underspine positioning, like you were saying, and this is just really hard. As Drago, you need a large force to be able to take this out, and he's building air units, which, yeah, resonants can't shoot up, but you need some substance to your army, you know? You need some sort of mass amount of Zentari or something like this.
After they're doing work, though, they're getting down. They are frontliners in their name, so they have a lot of HP, and they have an AoE as well.
Yep,
they're forcing
right.
Yeti back.
Yep,
Yeti was not able to take it.
They took out the Bone Stalkers. You were right. I was wrong.
Yeah, no, the scepters are deceptively powerful. Even if there's only 2 of them, the amount of HP and the fact they can have AoE on their attacks just makes them so strong. The Reds are using its roots, so it can't get completely chased down. Yeah, here comes the push. Even more resonance coming out for Yeti. He needs those ball stalkers though.
Yeti wants to get some damage done. He knows his position of the game. He hasn't had a 3rd base for nearly as long as Drago. It has just gotten up now, and he really needs to put some pressure on.
Oh my god, full on scepters at this point.
Oh my goodness. Seems like Drago is going for a really air-heavy composition. As Yeti, you really want to be building those Wraith bows right now.
Yeah, there's 2 of them.
There's a couple Zentari.
Yeah, The residents are doing their damage, are not sieging up, but there's 4 scepters, and 4 scepters is so many. There comes the infuse. He's jumping on top of them.
On the Wraith Bows. He's doing 1 scepter down. Scepter number 2 goes down. Those residents were trying to siege, but they've been taken out by the scepters. More Wraith Bows are coming, and wow, 3 scepters go down.
The Underspine is great at slowing down units as it shoots them. That scepter was not able to get out of the way. But there's not that many force here. The absolvers don't have the resonance to that really are its hard counter.
Oh no, Yeti! No, Yeti! You could have saved this army. He's going into the belly of the beast.
And I loved it from Yeti before, but you're right. Going to this base here, he needs to do a lot of counter damage. The moats are already pulled, so there's not much damage taken. He needs to win the next fight heavily, but those absolvers have another idea in head.
Yeah, before he had the mobility and the force size to be able to maneuver around and get the heck out of dodge when he needed to, but in this case he was just kind of a sitting duck, lost a lot of units there. He's turning around here. I think that's an interesting choice. He has now decided to run away, and I believe that is the smart move. Look at all these forces from Drago. Yeah,
Drago is ready for the death push. He has Zentari, he has the Magi to heal it up, and those heavy powerful absolvers. The Whitewood Reapers are a decent counter to them, but they need to they're able to get on top of them. There's some nice cast there. He's able to get the invisibility, the double damage. But is it enough?
That's a very good question. If you look at the supply, once again, Drago is heavily in the lead. Both these players cashing up a large bank of Pyre. We've noticed that has been the trend as of late, building up your Pyre and using it all at once in one big push. Maybe that's what Drago is planning on doing.
Yeah. Oh, Drago looking around the map, looking for hidden bases here and there, and Yeti does not give a damn. He is sending his units across the map, going straight for the third base.
He has no care about losing this 4th base. He just wants to get some damage done, and I applaud that. He has largely caught Drago out of position here, and this could turn into a base trade. ZKay, look at this.
The Empire Unbroken gives so much value to those fire skills, slowing down the push by a lot, but might not be enough. Yeti has a big army, but Drago does as well. The base rate is going strong. Both of them not even trying to defend, going for the opponent's bases. Drago does have a base in the north. That's a smart move from him, getting that base up early.
Yeah, that is definitely something. So, Yeti's army is not comparable to Drago's in this base trade situation. So what Yeti is the one on the back foot. He's got to be the one to be running around the map trying to get the last of Drago's town halls. Now that being said, Drago's knocking on Yeti's front door, and Yeti only has 2 remaining town halls here in the natural and 1 in the main. So this is looking scary for Yeti.
Yeti needs to get some symbiotes out on the map and get them going. But Yeti's turning back. He's not pushing forward to his opponent's base. What did Drago have in his defense, in his natural? He must have had some heavy defense.
I think Yeti just decided to go home, which is... It's an interesting move. I mean, he could kill the army, but he's lost a lot of his economy at this point.
If he can kill this army, though, he'll be in a decent position. But he needs to kill this army. The Absolvers are in position. The Scepter is as well. He's coming in with the residents at the back, and the Great Hunt is cast. But there's not enough units here. He's jumping on his unit. Zentari giving the vision he needs to be able to protect himself. Base, at the very least, is going down for Yeti.
Yeah, that is very unfortunate. He's using the Sentinels to get vision during this cast. Now, as you can see on the minimap, Drago only has a very narrow range of view, but he's just barely taking out those Absolvers, and GG is called!
Good game. This was a great showing from both these players. Both of them going for a bit more E for early. Didn't really take advantage of it, as neither of them went for the expand first. But after that, it was a lot of back and forth. Both of them using the new patches, the new patch with the new advantages, the Whitewood Reapers doing some damage. But Drago just pushed head on with the Orzoom strategy of building some towers, building a strong army, and just killing your opponent. That was a great game.
I'm sorry, I'm having a little trouble here because my cursor has decided that it doesn't want to show up on my screen, and I can't leave the game.
That is important. I think it's time for Alt F4.
Alt F4 is your friend. But well done by Drago. That was a very close game. You gotta give it to Yeti there. He really gave it his all, and he almost came out on top. Well done.
Okay, let's go into Santa versus Lightforge. I believe they are already waiting for us as their first game ended pretty early.
Mm-hmm.
And yep, so let's go into Santa versus Lightforger. It'll be an interesting game, as these two were the second and third place of this tournament. So we've seen them before. They've done their homework about the patch. They've played a lot. They have been experimenting with Bloodbound plenty.
Give me just a moment. You said we are doing Santa versus Lightforger?
Yep. Exactly. I'm gonna see if he has it up. Yep, Santa says he has the game up, so we are getting into Santa versus Lightforger. This should be an interesting game. Lightforger is one of those guys that loves those one base plays, and while most people love to expand, Lightforger will find out those pesky timings in the early game, and his opponents need to figure out how to defend it. Because if they don't, well, they will be in trouble.
Indeed. Now, we just need to make sure that Lightforger is on Team Fire.
Very well. Not. I would count on you to change it up. Okay, so this matchup will be a best of 3. So Lightforger versus Drago in the best of 3. Game name, of course, is Walter, as Santa is the first prophet of Walter.
Of course.
If names aren't right, I believe in you to change them up. I believe in you, Westo. The back end, the shading stuff. Okay. We can also ask them to change color if you want. But yeah, going into this game, Lightforger Santa. Santa, one of the players that have evolved the most across the game. He is the dervish lover. He is someone that loves building his dervish, so he plays a lot of Orzum and Ajari. And we'll see Santa going for his pesky dervish, trying to get the harass in, and behind that harass, he builds a strong, powerful Kraf army based on Absolvers, Howlers, Sharus especially. But the patch has most likely made those a bit weaker as before they were.
Walter. There you go, Salter. There you go, Santa. he wouldn't change the players unless I said Walter 5 times really fast. So here we are.
I'm satisfied you said Walter 5 times.
Yes.
That will summon the great Walter into our lands, and we are ready for her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Santa is starting the game. So here we go. Santa versus Lightforger. I haven't watched Lightforger play much. I have watched Santa play a lot. So I know what Santa does.
Yeah, you know Santa. Tell me what Santa does.
So recently it's changed, okay? Very recently, because of the Dervish nerf, okay? Dervish used to be Santa's bread and butter, all right? But now... Uh-oh.
Now?
Uh-oh.
Oh, no,
there we go. We're good. No, we're good. Okay. Now he has switched to Mala. So...
Wait, really?
Yes. Oh, well, now he's playing Warzone. Okay, well, that's awkward. He may be going back to his bread and butter. Let's see. In the top left corner, playing Warzone unexpectedly, it is Santa.
And in the bottom right corner, playing Asmala, it is Lightforger. See, that's what I was mentioning about Lightforger. Going for double Ether. This is a type of build where you know he's stacking up to something to do heavy damage. Well, something I have seen Lightforger do a bit in the past, since the patch, is going for a lot of Bloodbounds. He loves his Bloodbounds, being able to jump on all the enemies and doing it 3 times thanks to the cast from Blood, which is a brand new ability that lets you use your HP instead of mana. It can get quite powerful and a bit oppressive once you're not ready for it, to see the assassination happen thrice on top of your units.
It can be rather depressing. We see. I know you were saying about the Ether Maz. This is a very aggressive build from Lightforger. He has not taken his natural yet.
So generally in Immortal, we do see players take their expansion first. It's pretty standard. But sometimes people want to be aggressive, so you go for, you tech up faster by getting your Ether. Ether being that the secondary resource of the game that allows you to tech up and get those more expensive and higher tech units. So by seeing him going double E4, we know he is planning something.
And, he's planning something devious for Santa, and it'll be on Santa to defend. Now, Santa isn't usually the guy on the back foot. Santa is usually the aggressor in the game. He's the one on your side of the map with Dervish in your natural, Scepters in your main, and a third base coming out.
Won't happen right away, that's for sure, as the very first Mass Hunters are on the map. Okay, I was wondering if they were going his base, but no, they just want the first Pyre camps. Smart play, as Pyre is very useful, giving you those essential immortal abilities, such as the Infuse, which gives all units extra boost in speed, or putting down a tower that will heal up your units. So it's always a good idea to get that Pyre up and early and get that advantage as you can.
Yeah, I mean, he's just going for both central Pyre camps, and I like that. You are sacrificing your economy for this Pyre advantage. So if you do something like this and then you just sit on the Pyre, it can be a little sad. I expect Light Forger to be aggressive in some manner. His natural has just come down, so I'm interested to see what he's got planned for Light Forger. Oh, that's what he's got planned. Okay. Yeah,
the red veil on the right is there, and we see the Bloodbounds being made as the Godheart is made as well. Godheart, you can see it from the beating heart of the town hall.
The kind of very unnerving pulsating of the Godheart.
Yeah, Bloodbounds are out. That has been Light Forger's latest strategy. He's been having fun with those expensive units, but oh so powerful in the right situation.
Yep. We were seeing some Bloodbound action earlier today in the games before the tournament, so I'm not surprised, and I'm excited to see what these guys do. Personally, I haven't messed around with them. Mala. Okay. This is spicy.
This was premeditated. He knew what he was doing. His Teapot was there the whole time, and he just wanted to go for a few worker kills before Santa can react. Santa, you like killing your opponent's workers. How does it feel on the receiving side?
Ooh, yes. Was that 2 workers or 4 workers that go down there?
That's the third one, so only 2. But the Dervish are coming in, and Dervish are actually a pretty good counter to those Bloodbounds, and you don't want to lose those Bloodbounds. The goal here was just to kill as many as you can and then escape. The first one goes down.
He does get out with the other one. Wow. That's spicy.
It was a creative play. Was it worth it in the end of Bloodbounds or 80 Ether? That's very expensive. But he slowed down his opponent's economy enough that despite taking his lower economy, he still has a lot of Pyre from everything here. So, it's pretty equal at this point. I don't think the damage was mind-blowingly killing, but just enough to equalize a bit. Taking the third base behind this. Love it.
I like this. I love it when players take an early third and make an attempt to defend it. It can really it can really set the mood for a game. And so far we haven't seen anything crazy late game. So I'm interested. I'm hopeful.
Yeah, here come. Okay. Santa needs to get his own Pyre, and he knows it. He's coming in. But those are 4 Bloodbounds, and if they decide to jump on this, they can do heavy damage very quickly. But Light Forger decides wisely not to sacrifice them until he is ready. He's waiting for the perfect time to get in.
No third base from Santa as of yet, which is a little scary. He might be gearing up for something. I would guess that's what he's doing. He's got a lot of units here. Dervish, Zentari, and Zephyrs alike. Now, I must say I'm a little surprised to see Santa using the Dervish here. I suppose he has a lot more experience playing with the Dervish, but their recent change has kind of really heavily handicapped them. They definitely don't have the same effect as they did before. So I'm interested to see how this plays out.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's going to be an interesting one to see how it matches up to all that.
I said Santa is gearing up for something, but then 30 seconds later, takes third base, and then he sits at home. Gosh darn it, Santa.
Oh man.
I see a little squabble here. Rain of Blood has been cast. Bloodbound jumping forward there on a couple units. Still making an attempt. Santa is running away because this is just an overwhelming force from Lightforger at the moment. And he's going to be able to attack this third base. Santa can't really do anything about this at the moment. And yeah, he loses his third. So now Lightforger is ridiculously ahead. Now, a Zentari in the back lines is actually ironic considering the amount of Dervish Santa had. But it has killed all of the workers that were here previously. And I mean, that's really good because Lightforger in killing Santa's third base really dented his economy. But Santa showing that he can bite back.
Yeah. Next push from Santa will be the... okay, he's going for the Eye of Arrows.
New buildings.
Yeah, Keeper of the Heart and Flames there allows you to build those Fire Singers. And then you have the Keeper of the... And then you have the Eye of Arrows. So Eye of Arrows has two advantages. It allows you Zentari to get that upgrade, making it much more powerful. But the true power of it is getting those Charus out. But Charus have a heavy nerf in their and how they get much more expensive now. Oh, the Bloodbound gets away.
Are much more expensive. That Bloodbound is on borrowed time. Now Santa sees the Thrums out. That is unexpected, and I like that move. You know, you want to be as unpredictable as possible when playing someone like Santa, because Santa, when he's allowed to be in his element, can be dangerous.
Yeah, so far he's not really in his element, as he wasn't able to get his Dervish all the way in and constantly harassing. And yeah, he didn't even kill that many workers with that last Dervish harass at the very least.
But we can also see the supply difference.
Yeah, that's the advantage of getting that early third from Lightforger. He got it maybe 3-4 minutes ago, and it's really paying dividends at this point.
Yep. It's also getting those Pyre Miners. That's going to be great. Now, Santa is double expanding. He's realized his position in the game, but is he prepared for the Thrums? Let's see if he's got any static defense. He does have two Fire Singers in the main, one in the natural. That's a good amount, but
Lightforger didn't go that hard on the Thrums. Just forcing these was good enough. At this point, he's stopping a bit of mining. He only made 3 Thrums. That's really not that many. It's you need 6 shots to kill a moat, so it's pretty good to go with it.
At the moment, it's pretty depressing when there's the sound of the Thrum dying. Yep, mosquito getting stepped on. That's exactly what it sounds like. Anyway,
it's not unfortunately, it's not the hamster this time.
Right now, as Zal or as Aru in general, there's no anti-air area of effect AoE damage. So if someone decides to go mass Thrums, it's just a bad time. Especially when there's dead space and there are rocks that, you know, ground units have to travel up along the side and try and get around. But when you're a Thrum, you can just fly over it, you know. So that's something that is pretty unfortunate right now in the meta.
Yeah, the high ground advantage, as you said, just having the flying units that can ignore any terrain makes them so powerful. It's one of the reasons Charu is so powerful, can just escape most situations after shooting their awe strike of immense power that just kills everything.
Got a little too close there. We won't talk about it. Both players pining for the pyre. I see what I did there. Okay. Lightforger with an advantage, 245 pyre in the bank right now. That's a lot. That's a lot of pyre.
He can have 2 blood rains almost. Well, by the time he uses it, he will have 2 blood rains to use and have the Mala ultimate get on and get that ultimate amount of mana for all his units, the healing. Yeah, Lightforger not taking advantage of that early pyro quite yet.
Now that is a spicy wall by Santa. I really like that. So it does give him additional time to see this. He started moving his army across the map in order to be able to stop this, because he really does need this economy. We were talking about before how economically he didn't have his third base for nearly as long as Lightforger did, and this double expansion is helping him. Lightforger also got a 4th base on his side of the map, but this is damage that he can't really afford right now.
Behind this, the whole point of this was just to get Santa out of position, and out of position he is, as Lightforger established himself on the top and gets his E for Moss down.
Sage Moss, the depression has begun.
No, man, the siege mods take much longer to put up now. But once they're up, they are up and hard to dislodge. You don't want to go into this. That is free damage you are ready to take. But the shards are out. There's only 2 of them. And yeah, not much that shoots up. There's a lot of mass hunters, but not much else that can shoot on top of them.
When these units move in range, these siege mods do have the vision to be able to attack these units, but until then, they are simply here, existing.
They exist to keep this position, really.
Yeah, it is a good position. It really limits Santa and what he can do, and Lightforger can kind of just do whatever he wants on the back end. I'd really love to see a 5th base, I'll be honest.
Yeah, oh, he decides to go for it. Gets on the first siege mod, doesn't want to let it go up. Kills it. Is he still going forward?
He is not. But
that makes sense.
Here come more siege mods.
Siege mods getting on the tower, and tower you want to keep alive. Okay, I like this counter attack. Just send a few Centauri that aren't so useful, and send them on the other side to force your opponent to multitask as much as you have to right now.
Yep. This is a difficult position from Santa. I like the fact that he's got the Sharu. That is definitely a tech advantage, and he's got quite a few here. 2 Sharu shots, 3, 4. Oh, he's used all of them. Oh my goodness. Well, now Lightforger's like, hey, you don't have any more mana. Let me just move forward. Pillar is coming down on top of the units. Another 2 off strikes come down. Pillar is down. Rain of Blood has been cast by Lightforger. Oh my goodness, it's getting spicy, ZKay.
Everything is coming down. Both of them want to finish off their opponent's ultimate. There's a great arc on Lightforger's side, but Santa is slowly but surely pushing through without the siege mods at the back. Lightforger is pushed back.
Wow.
He still has...
I mean, so the Sharu change means that was an extremely painful trade. He has lost most of his Sharu. I believe he lost all of them in that fight, didn't he?
Yeah, that's 1,000 ether that it will take a long time to get back. Luckily behind this, the counterattack was successful. Santa takes out an entire base of mining for Lightforger. We're not quite at the stage where bases are mining out, but we're approaching it slowly but surely, and you want those extra bases up and running.
I mean, that's really big. Santa kind of just flipped this game on a 180 turn. He just pulled the handbrake and whipped it round. This is a complete change in pace, and I mean that was a really painful fight for him, but he did economic damage on the back end, and that's really what he needed to get his foot in the door when it comes to the economy game. Like I would venture to say that they're pretty much even economically.
You can look at the army value as well, and that's also pretty even. But at this point, Santa does have his 4th base established, 3rd base established, his 5th is on the way as well. I like the position from Santa, really, economy-wise, just because they're established already. And Lightforger needs to get them up.
And the longer he waits, the longer Lightforger waits, the better position Santa's going to be. He's got the Sharu tech. He has the ability to produce his units. It's only a matter of time before he has a ton. Now, Lightforger is in a similar boat, but I don't believe that his tech is as far along. His army is mostly Wraith Bows and those hunters with a couple Dread Sisters here and there, and the Incubators, obviously, which it's a good army, but the Sharu they've just got this, when you've got an all ground army, it's just really difficult to play against the Sharu. You have to respect them, and if you don't, you lose a lot of units.
Well, see, they're both positioning to get for some type of attack where the opponent isn't, as Santa is aiming for the top right corner, but he's sending his units back slowly but surely, and here comes the first siege mods. They're getting set up. He wants this position at the top of the hill again.
It's very good for his pyre income. Now, as you say that, he does walk away. Cast a curse. We also see thrones out here now. I like that. Yeah,
thrones might not be the highest damage density, but the amount of HP they force your opponent to have a certain response that you need to deal with the thrones, as they're just so big and massive.
Couple hunters here messing around with the 5th base of Santa. Actually, this might be the 6th base. This is the 6th base of Santa. That he is also going for a 7th. I like it. I find myself
going to the main. Santa's going to the main.
Yeah, you're right. He doesn't have enough pyre here for a pillar, which would be amazing here because he's got so many Zentari. Hollow ground would be absolutely amazing, especially if it was on top of this ramp. We also see behemoths out here. This is the kind of tech that Lightforger needed to even up this game. But I mean, this is so bold from Santa. This could go so wrong so fast.
He is in the production of his opponent, and killing that production is so expensive to remake afterwards. It's only outdoors, but that's over 1,000 E for alloy he has to remake right now.
Moving in. Sharu shots have gone out.
They've been dodged. Lightforger escaped at the right time, and there's only 2 Sharus this time, so at most he will have 2 more shots left at this point. But 2 shots can be enough to annihilate an enemy, especially going down that hill. Here comes the surround. Army coming from the back, army coming from the front, and he's getting a surround in. Santa Claus running away. He doesn't want to deal with this. The E for siege mobs at the back are attacking from everywhere.
Ooh, yeah. Nice Sharu shot there. He did save his valuable units. He kept the throne. He only lost 1 Sharu, but he did kill a lot of the production. Actually, he killed mostly the main base of Lightforger. So, do we think that's even trade, ZKay?
I think it's a great trade for Santa, honestly. Like, as you said, he kept his expensive units alive. Only lost maybe some Dervish and some Zentari. And yeah, his Char is still alive. They're healing up at the tower right now.
I'm just worried about the supply difference here. I mean, Lightforger could just run across the map and roll him. And if Santa doesn't start moving home here soon, this is going to be a rough position for him.
Yeah, but the other thing we could look at is the supply. Santa has 106 supply. He is full on supply. He's just waiting for his units to come out slowly but surely. The army value is here for Lightforger, but he's killing a base at the very least. Santa is repositioning to get in the right spot. And those Dervish, the Santa Dervish.
Dervish actively being annoying, as they are with Santa. Empire Unbroken. Wow, there's so much firepower here that the Empire Unbroken doesn't even look like it did anything. I mean, it did, obviously, but wow. When you've got a lot of units there. We see, oh, this is an interesting fight from Santa. He's moving up on this ramp. Sharu are here as well. Dread Sister's spells are coming down. Sharu shots as well.
Oh, the roots were so good, keeping everything on the down low. And yeah, they're moving back as fast as they can. They're going back with the Mass Hunters. But Mass Hunters are not enough. He has to GG out.
Wow, the Centauri were so chonky there. Well done by Santa. That was a close game. That was a spicy one. Okay, my cursor keeps not appearing. Something's wrong.
Okay. Well, okay, that was game 1. Well, let's move on to the next game, I suppose. There's Lightforger left, or
Lightforger doesn't seem to be here anymore.
Maybe he'll come back into the Walter lobby. Sometimes some issues happen here, but yeah, that was an exciting.
Yeah,
this one is an exciting match so far. We've seen Santa take the advantage. Okay, Lightforger is back.
Awesome sauce. Yeah, I that move into the main was really bold, and I feel like Santa does that frequently, where he does some crazy move like that, and it works out. It should, like, if I did it, I wouldn't have worked. Wrath Death Ball indeed.
Oh, okay. Well, lobby is apparently cursed, so we'll have to remake the lobby.
Nice.
Yep, that's something that happens some time to time. Oh man, that was a fun first game. There was a slight death ball.
Just a slight one.
A slight Croft death ball coming in and out.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a glitch stepwise. There's always something with the social at this stage of development. It's to be expected, you know.
Exactly. For Alpha's on the way, and they're doing a lot of they are doing a lot of patches to stabilize it whenever we do end up going in Alpha. But you know, they're preparing for the next milestone. We're not sure what it is, but we do know they're stabilizing a lot of stuff. Yeah, we need to tell Santa to go back in blue again. He better go in blue. He understands, right?
I hope so.
Told him.
I'm letting him know anyway. You must say Walter 5 more times. Walter, 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 Walter. There you go, Santa. Oh my goodness.
Indeed. Indeed.
Santa's like, all right, he said Walter 5 more times. I'm keeping account for how many times the word Walter is said on any stream.
Yeah, stepwise. It's just a glitch sometimes in the lobby. Sometimes the lobby bugs out. We should put in the bug report as well, just to explain what is going on. And yeah. Okay. Well, let's go ahead, Santa. We are ready to watch you and Lightforger duke it out a second time.
I'm a dummy. I was in the wrong scene, I guess, somehow.
It's okay. It's gonna happen. Faith appears a bit later.
And the game is beginning. It's beginulating.
It is beginulating.
That's one of my favorite words. Beginulating. Not really a word, but
it's there. It's a word.
It's fun. Somebody else said it. I stole it from someone. We need a player Oogie Boogie that I can song request Santa Claus song from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, I am ready for a Santa Claus song.
Oh my goodness. It would just be Walter's. Just Walter with varying notes.
Yeah, the ode of Walter. It's an ode to Walter, or the ode of Walter. Okay, so getting into the next match, Santa going back to Orzum, Lightforger staying as Mala, so both of them ready to keep going with their current immortal choices. Don't forget to switch scenes, and there we go.
Yes.
Just as you did it, darn.
Yes, I know. It's fine.
That timing.
Come on, work with me. There we go. All right. In the top left, playing Orzum once again, it is Santa.
And in the bottom right, playing as Mala, Lightforger once more.
Santa being up by 1 in this matches so far, and Lightforger's switching it up. He's not going for double Ethermaw instantly.
Yeah, going for the expand first into... Yeah, so this is basically the most greedy build, you know? You go for the expansion, and then you go into your first Ether from afterwards. Does he go for the second one as well?
He
and
may,
yeah, greed is,
Yep, this is greed. My kind of build.
Yeah, the greed impersonated. You don't want to get any units at all. And on Santa's side... okay, he's going for Legion Hall before second Ether, but really a very small difference here as both of them going for the greedy route. It's going to be another game that goes pretty late. It won't be finished in the first 4 minutes, which I'm kind of disappointed as Lightforger is known to do something like that.
No, we will see maybe a similar dynamic, maybe a little bit sooner than we did last game. Maybe the players will go for the same sort of army composition. Maybe they won't.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting one.
Ooh, a third Ethermaw. That's spicy.
Okay. Yeah, that means something. I mean, Santa has seen this before. Something we've seen a lot from those early Ethermaws is going for very quick frums and infinite frums. Santa, we saw last game, made a lot of fire scares, so is aware of those type of builds. Of course, there are other options as well. You can go for resonant pushes that cost a decent amount of Ether. You can go for bloodbounds once more. There are a few things you can do from here.
Also, something spicy from Santa here. Normally, you would go for Zentari before getting your Soul Foundry, but he has gone for the Soul Foundry and he only had 2 Zentari before he made it. So both these players switching it up outside of the norm, and I like it. I dig it.
Cool. Yeah.
Teapots spread out from both players. Because why not?
Exactly. Teapot's looking for the win, and this time Lightforger did not place a Teapot in Santa's base to get those bloodbounds in early. There's a Kyle push. Interesting. We haven't seen that. Well, this is a new patch. It used to be very powerful in the old patch. We haven't seen it as much yet.
Something we also haven't seen as observers is we didn't used to be able to see what units were in production from each building. We used to have to just kind of guess.
Oh, really? I didn't even notice we didn't have that.
Yeah. Before I was like, hopefully he's got something in production. Like, because we don't actually know.
You kind of always expect that to be in because it just makes sense. It's like, oh, wow. You're right, it wasn't in before.
Yes. I just realized I'm having an identity crisis. What did I do?
Westo just saving me by telling me the truth.
Yes.
Oh, okay, there comes the 1.5 times damage, so...
Well, you better take the red pill, ZKay.
Oh, yes. There's a lot of pills on there, actually. The ZKay seem to have at least 3 pills of charges.
So, Absolvers are out, so I don't think Santa will have any issue defending against this, but Lightforger has map control, complete map control, which has been the standard. Last match he just got out with early hunters and he started taking out the pyre camps and the towers, and he's doing the same exact thing this match. Ooh, okay.
He just wants a defensive. Okay, so he wants a defensive spot. He can go back to heal up, basically. Yeah. And the Absolver defensively there. Well, the Absolver is a heavy unit, so it can go down very quickly to the ZKays. So what depends here is, does Santa keep his units in front of it? Oh man, those Dervish take 3 shots to kill the symbiote now. It's so much more.
Yeah, but that being said, the Dervish can still be really annoying. He's caught the symbiotes in a choke. Oh
my god. They're all barely alive. And Omnivore on its way, but slowly but surely.
The squeak.
He did get...
So, what is that? 4 symbiotes? Wow. And Lightforger also spends the money on 2 static, I don't know what these are called, static defense structures.
Yeah, the Omnivore still will be there for the whole game, and Santa's not someone to relent on harass anyway, so they'll be useful. I'm pretty sure they'll be useful later if not now.
This Teapot is going to see this tower, or hopefully he noticed it.
It could have just been a rally from the Teapot, so he might have missed it. But if he did, he might want to go kill it before the ZKays come in.
Lightforger, what seemed to be a super aggressive push has turned into kind of just getting the pyre. He's got the pyre camp seat. You can see the advantage coming out there. We also see some sentinels.
Yeah, scouting sentinels is something we've seen a lot of lately, as they have a lot of HP, so they can go around the base and scout absolutely everything. So you can know what your opponent's up to. It does see the Frums, so he'll be quite happy about that. Seeing the bone canopy go out, he can see the Frums, but they do miss the Frums, and sentinels are heading back home as the Frums are heading to hit his base.
Yep, and those early sentinels were actually a really smart move. He basically predicted these Thrums, and I believe just these 2 sentinels with the support of Hallowed Ground will be able to just defend these. He may not even have to do anything more. We noticed last game that Lightforger kind of just made a couple Thrums. He didn't really go heavy into it. He really just wanted Santa to react, and Santa may take that and use it in this fight upcoming here.
Oh yeah, he's in position. The Frum's coming in, but the Sentinels are here, the Zephyrs are here. They keep pushing in, but they are getting killed immediately. The first one goes down.
Mosquito stop. Kill. Mosquito stop.
3 left.
Yeah.
Sentinels.
They did not get the damage that they wanted to.
Any damage at all. That's a bit of a waste opportunity.
Yeah. Well, I mean, good on Santa. He predicted it, you know? His defense was sublime.
Yeah, once you've played enough of these games, you understand what patterns they can go for. Of course, there's a double expand. I was wondering why Lightforger hadn't expanded yet, but there we go. Going for his own Bloodbound as well.
Yeah, I mean, both these players kind of, it seems like in the construction of the strategy in their heads was a lot more aggressive than it seems to be being executed. We saw this early tower, we saw the Thrums, you know, it seems like there's a lot of unfortunate circumstances that result in less aggression than we would normally see. We do see a little bit of a squabble here, though.
Yeah, having a player of Santa as well. Santa's someone that, like we say, he harasses out, but in general, he is someone that likes to stick at home and just harass out while defending everything. He's not someone that goes for those heavy pushes. Lightforger, on the other hand, can go for those heavy pushes, but they're usually more in the early game he does that. When I say that, he put down a Bloodwell. He's ready to push this position.
Yeah, he wants this, and he's got a lot of Zakals to back it up, and some Bloodbound as well. I mean, he's got the hollowed ground here. He moves forward. Sharu coming out as well. Sharu shot on a couple of his calls, and the blood well in it is gone, and that position has been uprooted from Lightforger.
Uprooted, destroyed. It wasn't even close. That was just burning the ground underneath his roots. And yeah, Lightforger was forced to retreat with the tail between his legs. Santa had a perfect defense there.
Yeah, big supply difference here. This has been two very good defenses from Santa here. Lightforger kind of investing not a lot, but a significant, well, semi-significant amount of resources into these pushes or these attacks, and then they just kind of, unfortunately, don't do anything. Santa looking like kind of like Showtime here a little bit. Just a brick wall. Yeah,
he's going for the American wall, made out of cheese whiz and other stuff that's not quite as efficient as the German one, but you know, it functions for its purpose. The only difference is it's kind of sticky sometimes. It's sometimes a bit cheesy with the stuff coming out.
Oh, that's amazing. I'm a little lightheaded from laughing. That's amazing. Oh, that's a good one. So Lightforger's early fourth base.
This time he won't be surprised like last game with the freezing target killing his entire base.
Yeah, he's prepared. He's prepared for the counterattacks. We actually haven't seen any dervish at all, I don't think, in this match.
There was some at the start. Remember, he attacked the natural.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. But after that, we have seen no dervish. This is so uncharacteristic. What's wrong with Santa?
Free dervish on the way at the Soul Foundry. So.
Oh, okay. As I was saying,
up and running. Yeah.
Yep.
I do like that. Getting only one Centauri is not too expensive, but they can chop away at that rock pretty quickly.
Yep. It's not a big influence, and if Lightforger doesn't have any forces over here, unless Lightforger looks through the fog of war, he won't be able to see it.
Yeah. At this point, both of them are at 4 bases, but looking at the army value, 5,100 to 2,800. The defense of Santa was immaculate, and he was taking up greedily behind it, going up for those shards without getting too much to defend.
At this point, Santa's tech is just so far beyond Lightforger's. Lightforger needs behemoths. As I was saying, Cast a Curse, he actually has the tech to be able to potentially deal with this. So some Wraith Bows would be nice for the Sharu to add on to his army. A couple of calls here, posturing to be able to do a attack from the side when Santa is not looking.
Yeah, Santa. Yeah, exactly. The Zakals on the side are nice. He builds a siege mall which doubles as vision on top of being able to attack that tower. Goes down before being able to do any damage at all.
There was actually a base here from Santa, and the Zakals killed it. So that was Santa going for a 5th base, actually.
And that is time for those bases. Oh, going again to get some harassing. The Fire Stinger is not quite done, so the damage will be in and powerful. Moat running away.
Well, the Moat ran away, and then they decided they wanted to fight for their country and die for it accordingly. Actually, none of them died. That's actually really funny. I also see a couple of dervish here.
Yeah, the Zakals don't do much damage to Moats at all anymore, and the reinforcements are coming in to defend.
This Sharu is here he's really just emotional support. He's kind of just meant to put the fear of Aros in these Zakals.
Yeah, and make sure the troops are doing their work. You need to continue to work no matter what. Centauri.
Continue the work.
Chunky swords moving all around the map. Yeah, both of them really just posturing in their position. Santa on his side, he really wants to build a strong army. I understand him. I've seen a few games of him between him and Magico, and often those games is just Magico going for big timing attacks. So Santa has to defend him. It's been his role with this.
Ooh, big fight here.
Indeed. The first Star shot is down, and Lightforger needs to find the right angle. He can't find it straight on.
Yeah, there's not much anti-air for either player here. I mean, that the Hunters are anti-air, but against Sharu, Hunters are so vulnerable, you know? I guess that Santa has the Sentinels, and technically the Sharu can attack air units and a couple Zephyrs, but it's going to be an interesting fight when one does happen, because inevitably it's probably going to happen.
Indeed. Yeah, no, it's an interesting fight when it does happen, how they battle back and forth. Okay, here they come.
Here come a couple Zakals. Once again, this one building wall is proving to be pretty nice, I think. Just slowing down this push a little bit for Santa to be able to get a couple of forces from his main army in here.
The game is slowing down again as they're both going to the late game. There's the Omnivores that he put up early to not die again, and it takes care of those Dervish in no seconds flat.
Could see a fight here. Santa going for the Pyre and Lightforger moving in. He chooses against it. Really just trying to look dark and brooding.
Indeed. He's looking for the way to just intimidate his opponent, but his opponent has Sharus, and Sharus are the lords of intimidation.
Indeed. Now, Santa doesn't know about these bases. This base is almost done. Lightforger is kind of spreading his reach out everywhere. What's that sound? That was an interesting noise. I have yet to identify. There's lots of noises going on, and I have yet to figure out what all of them are. Little Zentari run by here is going to get some damage done, but the main army of Lightforger shows up. At the same time, there's a little squabble of small forces on the other side of the map, and at the same time, Santa is killing this 6th base from Lightforger.
That's an interesting move. I think he's partly getting rid of the Zentari, is already at 160 supply, and wants to free up some supply to get some of those more heavy tech units and build that ultimate army, be it Castigators, take care of the Behemoths. Zentari have filled their function. At this point, it's time to replace them and get as much damage you can on those small counterattacks.
Indeed. Indeed.
Yeah, training your basic units for those more beefy, bigger units is one of the things you want to do once you're at those maxed armies, getting the most efficient possible, powerful armies.
5 I can't count. 6 Sharu out here now. That is a lot of Sharu.
And we were talking before about going 8 Sharu, and generally it was a timing thing where it's hard to get. But we're 15 minutes in. I was able to get them by just playing extremely defensive. Lightforger's pushes weren't able to do the damage he needed them to really delay those greedy plays of Sharu, those greedy tech up plays.
Indeed.
Here comes the Hallowers as well. Yes. So that's what he was going for.
Hallowers are a nice addition to the collection of Santa.
Yeah, there come the Ephraimos. Okay, he really wants to reinforce this position, which I like, but by reinforcing the position, he gets out of position for the main army, for the 3rd base on the other side.
Oh boy, here we go again.
Santa, is he just gonna head into the base?
He is. Oh, Aerox! Oh no! No Sharu. Oh, okay, no. Okay, 2 Sharu go down. That's pretty painful.
3 of them actually. There were 6 Sharu, only 3 left.
Oh yes,
Imagine
you're right.
The last one up.
I can't count once again.
And that's a decent trade. I'm not sure how many he used. And here comes the pillar this time. We mentioned that last time there was no pillar.
Last time there was no pillar, and it still worked. This time there is a pillar. Let's see how this plays out. Oh, I feel like this is Santa's signature move now. He just kind of walks in and does what he wants. Little fight coming out here. Absolvers are putting in work. Hollowers as well. A little bit of a glitch there we saw. Strikes are going to be coming out here soon. Behemoths have shown up. They're a little bit slow to the fight. ZKay, what's going on?
Behemoths were just too late. We need them here to start the fight, and they come in for that buffer of those Quiddles. But the Quiddles are all that's left, and Santa cleans it up easily. Nothing left. The Aerox coming in to kill those Sharu. But 3 Sharus are still alive, and a decent amount of powerful units of those Alors and Zentari at the back. This is not looking good for Lightforger.
No, it is not.
Looking at the army value, though, he has a large army. What is he heading for? He's heading his army across the map instead?
I mean, his base trade potential is there. He's got bases in the south and the north, so it would take a little bit longer for Santa, but Santa's already got the head start. He's already completely killed the production, the tech of Lightforger, so it's a tough call.
Yeah, it's about sending the motes and symbiotes all across the map, finding the spots that don't have a base. As those behemoths can kill a base in no seconds flat again. Those Quiddles coming in, killing things so quickly. And they're running away to the next base. They need to get all the bases as soon as possible. Santa knows it as well, sending his units in. But as you said, he has a head start. He got the main already. And once you're in the main, you're stuck in a corner. And getting out of that corner takes a bit of time.
Yeah, that's the thing. Santa still has his production, so the units he lost, he's still able to remake. Unfortunate that this throne is kind of just running into all these units here, but the main base of Santa is still intact. He has still got production, and he's still gotten an economy. He can reproduce some units, and he's already got a supply advantage. So any units that he's making is just adding to the cause. These units that you're seeing are Lightforger's only units for the rest of the game, conceivably.
Yeah, you can't remake more. I like his strategy, though. He needs to go for the base rate, and he's going for it full on. He's heading for the bases, killing the base as fast as possible, and hoping that Santa isn't fast enough to kill his bases before he does, as the army is just too strong to fight head on at this point.
Oh wow, we also see two separate armies from Santa here. I really like this. He really wants to maximize the amount of time it takes for him to be able to take this out. Lightforger, once he kills the main, he's just moving out. He doesn't even want to attack the production. He realizes his position. He realizes how fast Santa is going to be at killing his bases, as he only has 3 town halls remaining.
Yeah, it's going fast right now. Santa is at 140 supply. However, his army value is so high. Lightforger is still at 5k. He has a decent army, but again, the value of it is not there. He's going for the base rate. Santa might want to move some moats out of the way to build a base somewhere else, just in case. But the alloy is not quite there either anymore. Only 250, not enough to build another base.
Yeah, the economy's slowly slowing down now. Santa is only down to 1 Acropolis here. I don't think he has. Oh, he has 2. So he does have 2. Okay, so it's getting close. Santa, Lightforger's still on 3. Now Santa is not trying to make the killing blow. He's moving to defend his base, which I don't hate.
What's in Lightforger's base in the blue? Is that a moat? Just ready to build a... Okay, no, it's
a pillar, yeah.
I don't like the moat there. Just like, okay, last minute we can build a moat if need be. There we go. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I was talking about. Blazing somewhere that's hard to reach.
Oh, strikes coming out. Behemoths are forced to run away. The Dervish are coming forward. Pillars coming down as well on the Behemoths. Behemoths are not very fast. The Sharu are moving over the Hunters, and they are getting taken down. But this is the last army of Lightforger, and he can't rebuild any of this. So, he's getting Dillon on there. He's really put himself in a rough position.
Santa found the push he needed. Lightforger getting all his units killed. This will be the final blow. As Santa is slowly but surely taking this base, he's looking for the final base of Santa in the hopes that he can find it and kill it. Maybe it's his own main. But really, there's nothing left for Lightforger. We know it. We can all see it. Santa has a base in the middle alive. His army is strong and powerful. Lightforger is slowly rebuilding an army in the northeast. But Santa's catching it out of positions. Lightforger...
Yes. I think Lightforger doesn't know where the base is at this point. You've got to be frustrated at this point. Like, where the heck? Because it could be anywhere. You don't have vision in all of these places. So that's funny. Oliver's just angrily staring at that hunter. But Santa has found the expansions, and GG is called.
Yeah, it took a bit to figure that out, but Lightforger played a good game, played a good series. But yet, we'll drop to the lower bracket, where he will face off with Yeti in the lower bracket round 2. On the top bracket, we have Magical and Santa facing off. Now, which match should we watch? Should we watch the semifinals? I kind of want to watch Yeti versus Lightforger, actually. It could be very interesting. What do you think?
Yeti versus Lightforger.
I mean, we get to decide. Let's do it. Yeah, we can leave the semifinals. They'll do their own thing. I believe in them.
Yeti versus Lightforger. This is still round 2, losers bracket.
Yeah, lower bracket.
Lower bracket. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Cool. Oh no, it switched when I didn't want to. It keeps doing that. I swear, I'm not doing it on purpose. Real quick though, let's get an update on what the bracket is looking like for the rest of the players.
That's a good idea.
We see Magical came on top. Oh wait, did we watch that? Magical versus Drago. Magical came out on top.
Yeah.
We see
Yeah, so Magical taking out Drago, not the biggest surprise. Drago can do many surprises, but he's currently playing against Shadow Fury. At the bottom, we'll have Yeti versus Lightforger, and they've both. Yeti was able to beat out Tomifer to get a lower bracket round 2. Lightforger, as we just saw, fell to Santa Claus's mighty, his mighty play.
His mighty main base pillars frequently.
Exactly. Yeah, there's been a lot of those so far.
We saw Shadow Fury won against Pigeon Wrench, so he's going to move on against Drago. And then whoever wins that will move on to play against the winner of Yeti versus Lightforger.
Which we will be casting. Oh, yeah.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah, what did I declare about these matches?
Oh, my Immortal crashed.
Oh, okay.
Un momento, por favor.
I'm trying to think if I want that to be best of 1, just because to keep it going, because we have round 2 best of 3, Santa Magical best of 3. So
yeah,
okay, this is going to be best of 1.
Okay, so we're doing magical.
Actually, it's only 116. We still have a lot of time actually to do 1, 2, 3. Okay, still 4 more matches actually.
Yeah, we got time.
Okay, keep it best of 3.
Oh. For this match, this is the losers round 2. I thought we were doing best of 1 for them, right?
Yep, okay.
Yeah. All right. Let me make sure that the players are right.
Yeah.
Nice, they are. Awesome. I don't have to. Shoot! I did it again. I need to stop doing that. When I go to the studio mode to like check the transition before I actually go to it, when I get rid of studio mode, it goes to the one that I have selected rather than the one it's previously on. So it keeps sending us to. It's fine. I swear I'm not a noob streamer.
It's fine. I'm sure you're good.
Best of 3 and lower brackets are always questionable. Magical, you're questionable.
You got him.
Got him. Roasted.
Yeah.
Roasted and toasted.
Let's keep this one best of 1 just because, well, it's a... yeah. Yeah, like Magical said, you don't want it to keep going too long, so let's keep it best of 1 unless we have multiple days.
Yeah.
Lightforger versus Yeti. Looking forward to this match. Yeah.
Here we go. Satellite radio. The match is beginulating.
We are ready to beginulate.
Middle school comeback right there. Heck yeah, dude. Middle school comebacks are my specialty. All right.
Ooh. It's what we live for. The middle school, the good old times where you could just say, well, my dad's stronger than yours, and that's it. That's the end of the battle.
My dad works at EA. He's gonna ban your account.
Oh damn.
Wrecked.
Yeah.
We do see.
Ooh, Aru versus Aru. I've been waiting for that.
Aru versus Aru. Someone hasn't locked in. I have a feeling it's Yeti. Yeti has been a little bit indecisive as of late. We're still waiting. Okay, there we go. So it is going to be Zal versus Mala.
Zal versus Mala.
Whew. This tip was added to give Tom more work. Get to work and... darn it, I didn't get to read all of it. That is one of the more beautiful tool tips, I must say.
I do love the Immortal community just for being so memey about stuff, you know? They've been enjoying the memes. Well, in the top left, playing as Zal, it is our good friend, Yeti Yupi.
Yeti, who has already played Zal today. It was unsuccessful, but he's going at it again against Lightforger.
Playing as Mala again. We just saw him play Mala. It didn't go so well against Santa's Orzum. But this time he's playing against Zal.
Yeti's Zal is kind of like the opposite of Santa's Orzum.
Very much
in
so.
Almost every way. Ooh, okay. Double Ether Maw. So this is the greed because he also went for instant natural. Lightforger not doing the same thing. He's also going double Ether Maw, but he's getting his shoot. I swear I just memorized the name.
Altar Dwarvy?
Yeah, no. Is it
No,
Altar of the Worthy? No, it's not.
That one, yeah. This Altar Dwarvy, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, the base building is Altar Dwarvy.
I'm crazy. I'm certifiably crazy now.
That's why I love you. I love crazy stuff.
Like, because I swear it was like something else. Like, I swear I even said it in the last time I cast it. It was Break the Game Weekly, and I remember it, and now I'm just forgetting. Something's wrong with me.
Well, this is interesting. The R versus R meta for the longest time has been ZKay versus ZKay, but ZKay have been nerfed heavily in the last one. As now they don't do as much damage versus light units, which means mass hunters or bone suckers deal with them pretty effectively, at least cost effectively, very much so. Whereas before the ZKays could just deal with any ground army pretty well.
Yeah, and so this is what Lightforger's done before. You know, he gets out on the map, he gets the pyre advantage, and he sacrifices his economy a little bit. So before, what we saw is Santa kind of just sat back and relaxed, and Lightforger made attempts to attack into him, and they ended with unfortunate circumstances, you know. But this is Yeti, so it could be a very different outcome.
Yeah, look at the Teapot of Lightforger in Yeti's base. We saw this before in Santa's first game. This is where he teleports his Bloodbounds into the base and goes for some moat kills. We've seen it before, and this time the symbiotes might be the dead ones, as the Godheart is finished. We see the Red Veil as well. The Bloodbounds are coming in. The
Bloodbounds are in production. Is Yeti going to be ready for this? He does have a couple Bone Stalkers out. Whether or not they're going to be in position is anybody's guess. Tech-wise, Yeti is going for his own Altar of the Worthy.
Yeah, the Red Veil is coming down for as well, so he can get his Whitewood Reapers to counter the Bloodbounds on the other side. Is Yeti's detecting it, or no? Just going for the tower. Okay.
I'd also like to see some early Akalux.
Oh, he sees it.
He does see it. Oh, that is unfortunate. I think he kind of just ran away one of his Bone Stalkers, and it just so happened to be the right direction in order to see that Teapot. And that kind of screws up the plan. Yes, the Bloodbounds, unfortunately, at the last second, do lose their in to the base. There was a man undercover behind enemy lines, and he just was taken out before the Bloodbounds could get in. But that's not going to stop Lightforger. This could get spicy.
What would you put right in?
Rain of Blood coming down from Lightforger using that early pyre. Oh my goodness.
Focus fire was too strong there. He got the Bloodbounds and aimed on them immediately. The few Bone Suckers still alive. And yeah, that was a good shot on the Whitewood Reaper as well.
Yeah, the Whitewood Reaper staying alive. Meanwhile, the Bloodhound, which is the equivalent unit for Mala, were taken out. Good defense by Yeti. It was looking scary there for a minute.
Yeah, indeed it was. But in the end, he pulls through. He has a great defense. Whitewood Reaper coming in clutch. There's still some Bloodbounds slicing down onto his enemies. I just love his animation, his attack animation. Just, you don't need to worry. Just slash down upon him.
Yes. Now, I would expect that Yeti is going to get the detectability upgrade for those Bone Stalkers soon enough. And that means that both of these units will be able to go invisible. Might be a little bit of squabble here. Players both trying to go for this pyre. There's a little symbol under the symbiotes, and I don't know what that means.
It means that they have been marked by the Whitewood Reaper. They take 1.5 times damage. The Whitewood Reaper stays invisible on that shot, and he goes for another one, and he gets it again. Invisible.
Wow.
So much damage.
No, and then Lightforger uses his units to try and run back home, but he kind of just moves into all of those units. Oh no, it's all falling apart. Look at the supply difference. Yeti is right knocking on the front door of Lightforger. This third base is not looking good, ZKay.
That third base is not long for this world. Lightforger remaking his units in the back, but they will not come in time. This base, it needs to be cancelled, and it is. It is just before it ends. Here come the Bloodbounds. You don't want to jump into that. Those moments are not enough to deal with it.
They are trying to distract Yeti to try and keep him from coming in. Once again, Lightforger's pathing kind of just kills him there. He's just unfortunate circumstances. Bloodhound does its jump, does its damage, but it's not quite enough. There's just so much here from Yeti. I don't know if Lightforger can stop this.
Yeti's in position. There is the Teapot detector that is out and ready to detect any invisibility. But it's not the invisibility that's killing him. It's just the amount of army. More face skills, less face.
Whitewood Reapers, attack! The Lightforger's natural goes down. This Teapot is going to be able to detect these units, but there's so much.
I believe that will be it for Lightforger. Can you check the main if that one is dead? That might have been the GG that just wouldn't appear. No, the base just died.
The main was never attacked, I don't believe, right?
Nope. Okay, well, Lightforger is still going strong. Is he still mining from the natural, or did it die?
It is definitely dead. Lightforger is now in an all-in position. Ideally, Yeti would just go home, sit back and relax, build some units. That's what he's doing. He's building more Bone Stalkers. He's got more Whitewood Reapers in production. He just needs to hold, because he has an economy, and Lightforger does not. Lightforger is completely all in here, because he can't recover his economy. He just can't. He's too far behind.
However, Yeti did lose most of the units on the units coming back for Lightforger. He probably sacrificed everything to kill that base. It's worth it. He has an army. It's coming back slowly but surely. And he has the tower defense here. And Lightforger needs to make this work. The residents are in the back. Oh man, those residents might be the death row.
Yeah, it doesn't look like that's what I was saying. Yeti just needs to go home and build some units and sit back and relax. And that's kind of what he's doing, The pressure is on Lightforger. Lightforger is trying to rebuild his natural. He is so far economically behind. It's really kind of inconceivable to be able to try and come back from this. He needs to either take a really good fight or outright kill Yeti in this position.
He's doing his best. He's going for it, but nothing. Okay, Lightforger. Did he retake his natural at this point? Is he hoping for the comeback in other ways?
He's taking it back. He has.
Never give up, never surrender. That is the motto of Lightforger.
Two ships in the night. Both these armies are passing each other. Now, Yeti may have seen something. He's sending a group of units back. He's sending his main army to just try and attack into Lightforger. Lightforger sees this and he starts heading home. A base trade wouldn't have been the worst idea, but he's going to try and go home and salvage the situation. His natural is going to go down here.
For another situation where if you can keep your army and kill your opponent's army, that could be his way back into this game. He needs the perfect fight, but his Frums dying before he even gets started is not what he needed.
Just unfortunate circumstances over and over again here for Lightforger. And Fuse comes down on the units. The Resonance were not sieged, and Fuse comes down for Yeti as well. And Lightforger is going to come out on top of this fight, but that doesn't change the economic situation of both these players.
He came out on top, but he lost his expensive units. And expensive units are what can really change the dynamics of a fight. Clearing it up is great, but you want your Bloodbound still. You want your whatever the units you're going to go for, your Frums that died while just trying to join up with the army. And behind this, you keep more Resonance, more Bone Stalkers that get their invisibility as well.
Lightforger is a little bit fortunate here. Yeti made a bit of a mistake. He didn't bring the forces at home back to the fight when he realized that Lightforger was coming home. If he could have done so, maybe he would have won the game, as the forces for Lightforger are running pretty thin now. He is going to try and come across the map here. This is kind of the final push from Lightforger. He doesn't really have anything else in the bag. The Resonance are sieged though, and Hunters by themselves are not able to fight against Resonance without a 360 surround, which is kind of difficult to get in this position.
Yeah, he doesn't have quite enough units for a full 360 surround either. But behind all this, he did get his natural and his third base up. And his economy is still behind as they aren't fully upgraded, don't have the 6 workers on them. But it's coming slowly but surely. This is the start of a comeback for Lightforger. He is still behind an army. He needs to find a better comeback than what he has so far.
I think as Lightforger, you need to go mass air here. You need to go a bunch of Thrums. You need to throw some sort of curveball at Yeti here. You're too far economically behind to be able to just make the army like you normally would. Yeti's got a major supply advantage. His third base and natural have been up for a lot longer, and his tech is also higher. He's getting these upgrades for his units. He's hopefully going to be, maybe going into behemoths at some point here.
Yeah. Oh, Yeti finds an undefended base, gets in with his Whitewood Reapers, and needs to get out before they die. Oh, is he going for Bloodbounds
wow,
come in?
kills 2 Bloodbounds with the Whitewood Reapers. He's going to lose them here. So a couple Symbiotes and 2 Bloodbounds. Do we think that's worth for 4 Whitewood Reapers?
It's not quite. But again,
well, think about it like this: he's killing the already dwindling economy of Lightforger.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Bloodbounds for Whitewood Reapers is the trade you want to do, as both of them are going to lose their utility against each other. Well, it's a hard call again. But again, the fact Lightforger is behind, he needed a bigger win than that, basically.
Mm-hmm.
It comes down to finding the better wins, and his army once again is not complex enough. It's only mass hunters.
Being out of the map here, very bold, but Yeti is doing Lightforger a favor in staying home and relaxing. It is something you can do, but you also have the superior army. You can definitely go out and take map control, you know, and he's kind of just allowing Lightforger to move around and bank up that pyre to the point where he's almost even with Yeti.
I get it. He has Icors now, and Icors are a pretty decent counter to those, to any of those units, really. It's a decent counter to a lot of stuff.
Almost anything in this army is a very good counter to what Lightforger has got, because he's really just got mass hunters, and he is getting Dread Sisters out now. So Yeti's he's waiting, and it's not the worst, but he's letting Lightforger come back. You know, maybe he doesn't know his position in the game, but the longer he waits, better it's looking for Lightforger.
Icors with good micro here can really take down this whole army. It comes down to the micro, right? They have a longer range.
No cancel on that tower. That is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Losing 1 Icor there. I gotta say, the sounds are very helpful when you're trying to count how many go down. Since there's no animation for the death, they kind of just disappear. It's nice that there's a sound.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be another step, isn't it? We have the sounds now, and we're just waiting for death animations, exploding into ruins or acid with those Icors. Oh, the slow goes down with the stabilize. He got the upgrade.
What is that?
The Icor stabilize gives a web that slows down units that go into that. So once you set it up, units can't really chase you.
I see. Uh-oh, big army coming in here. The Lightforger's trying to defend this tower, but once again, his army is just not comfortable. He's got a lot of stuff, and Yeti uses the Great Hunt. Lightforger cannot see anything right now.
And behind this, all the Whitewood Reaper comes in swinging with his scythe, kills the Red Seer at the back, and Lightforger doing his best to just survive, but he's waiting for a Great Hunt to finish. All his units are range, so they can't see anything and they can't attack behind it. Losing the third base is not what he needed to come back from this.
No, but he's got behemoths, and that could be enough psychological scariness for Yeti to be able to move away. He doesn't have a ton of crazy good anti-air here. Yeah, he's got Bone Stalkers, but Bone Stalkers aren't as fast as hunters. They can't use that ability to make them dive on those behemoths, so it could be a little scary as Yeti.
Once more, Lightforger heading across the map for another counterattack. See, he's going to be sandwiched. He won't be happy to see this 4th base from Yeti.
No, but he's also getting the damage. You know, there's nothing there to defend. Yeti's army is on literally the opposite side of the opposite corner of the map. So, yeah, he's not happy to see the 4th base, but there's nothing here to defend.
Heading for another base here. Wants to kill this base entirely.
Yeah, rather unfortunate economic position here for Lightforger. At this point, you really just got to try and pump out as many behemoths as you can, and really try and win this. Behemoths are the way to go. Wraithbows are out now, though, so that is really unfortunate for Yeti, or for Lightforger, excuse me.
Okay, here come the behemoths attacking it. He's gonna kill us.
Infuse.
Yeti finally going for it. Has a much stronger army than his opponent. Wraithbows at the back, shooting off those behemoths, and Lightforger forced to exit that game. GG in out as Yeti moves on to the next round.
Wow. Close games indeed. That was... you got to give it to Lightforger. He stuck it out for a lot longer than we expected him to, you know?
Yeah, I know.
Well done indeed. Leave this now. All right, I'll pull up the bracket while we figure out who we are going to.
Yeah, we'll head to Yeti versus Drago. It's going to be revenge of our very first game of the match. But positions 4 and 5, getting all the way to the semifinals. Not necessarily unexpected, but it's going to be a rematch of that very first game we casted where Drago took out Yeti.
This is going to be the semi-finals. And I think we're good. We have to make sure Yeti is on team ice.
Let's go for it. I believe in you. You can make the room. It probably makes it a bit easier. But yeah, that was a nice game from both those players. Their first Aru versus Aru. And yeah, we can see a bit of the difference between Malazalt, the Vanguard difference given in there with the Blood Bouncer Whitewood Reaper. Whitewood Reaper seemed to come up a bit ahead there. Bloodbound's not being able to one-shot those Whitewood Reapers, unfortunate for them, as that could have been a big difference maker.
After watching this, I really want to mess around with the Whitewood Reapers a little bit. They've just got such a powerful attack. The fact that they can go invisible and mark their targets, it's just...
Yeah.
They seem like a really good unit, man.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so lower bracket round 3, Yeti versus Drago. I'm looking forward to this. Drago lost a match go in round 2 and now was able to beat Shadow Fury. And yeah, this best of 1 between Drago and Yupi is another best of 1 for this lower bracket.
Am I creating the lobby?
Yeah, sure, go for it. Yeah. So yeah. I'm liking this best of 1's lower bracket. It really puts the stakes up so high on who we want to win these. It's just there, right? Whoever wins this goes through. And then we get to see a lot of players really quickly. Yeah, I like this. You are in the lobby. You will decide who goes. Who is ice, who is fire.
Let me just double check here.
Yeah, Drago coming in the red.
That's where we want him.
Indeed.
Indubitably.
Okay. Yeah, this has been a fun tournament so far. We haven't had the biggest upset. Actually, we haven't had really that many upsets. Lightforge or Yeti, I've always knew those two would be pretty close. I'm happy it was as close as could have been expected. Yeti had a very early lead and didn't let go of it. Kept it defensive, and when you're ahead, just get more ahead, and that's what Yeti really pushed through on that map. I feel he could have gone for a killing blow earlier, but he wanted to play it safe, and we'll see if it pays off this time, as Drago's another aggressive player.
I gotta admit, ZKay, I wish I ate a bigger breakfast.
Oh my god. You know what I had? I had croissants.
Croissants? Wow.
Oh yes, croissants. And the fancy ones, the ones with almonds inside, like almond croissants.
Ooh, that would send me to the hospital. Something interesting about croissants. Okay, I have only ever had croissants in the United States, North America, and I went to Italy and I had croissants. Okay, and they were so fluffy. They were so beautiful, and it was amazing. There's the difference between here and there was crazy. It's hard. It was hard to think about. But anyway,
there's a lot of butter in those, and that's what you want. And butter, know what's fun about butter? It reminds me of cheese because it's also very greasy. And Yeti in the top left, opening up with double ether. This could be some cheesy, greasy, buttery stuff.
I mean, he's playing Zal. Talk about bread and butter. Ha ha ha. Anyway. Cheesy stuff. Drago on the other side playing a Jari. We haven't seen a Jari today. That's some spicy.
I like Drago's Ajari style. He's someone that loves the deliver from evil, which is the ability that lets you teleport back home with a bunch of units. Drago's the type of guy that will just send units into your base and teleport them back home from there. It's something I'm kind of expecting from Drago. It's something I've seen from him before. And yeah,
what I really like about the Ajari, the way I play Ajari is I get some Sapari, I go straight to air, get a couple wardens out, and then I'm just printing wardens and getting the upgrade for Sapari. So it's a really mobile, really annoying playstyle to play against, when played well, which I can't really do it very well, but it's interesting to watch. You were saying what kind of unit composition does Drago usually go for when he's playing a Jari?
It can be anything really. He does absolvers, he does Sipari, he mixes it up quite a bit. He just needs to find the right composition. I've seen him do a lot of absolver pushes as well.
All right.
But yeah.
Well.
But you know what you say? You were talking earlier about how it's hard sometimes when you're hard to play really well. You know what's my tip on that? If something is hard to do, just find worse opponents. That's my tip to you.
Oh, that's amazing. So
Second Legion Hall.
Draco is going for a second Legion Hall. He wants this victory. He doesn't want to mess around with late game. He doesn't want to mess around with the big boy units. He wants to finish this once and for all. And he wants to make it fast. Now, this is pretty scary as Yeti, because when you don't go for Zakals, it's really hard at this point. Playing Zal, it's really hard for you to survive against these tanky melee units with the Bone Stalkers, because the Bone Stalkers don't really have any substance, and the Hunters are similarly, they don't have a lot of health, yeah, like the Bone Stalkers, but the Hunters have the mobility that Bone Stalkers don't, and it could be really dangerous.
See, at this point, we see Yeti went for the Red Veil once more, heading for those Whitewood Reapers, and those are great against those bigger, fatter units that you want to assassinate. And okay, there is a Sao Shin coming out for him, but besides that, you want to assassinate some units with Whitewood Reapers. But going for this heavy Sipari style, Whitewood Reapers aren't quite as good, as they're just going to get surrounded and chopped down quickly.
Yeah, it's better than nothing though. Definitely, I think definitely Zakals are the favor here, but Whitewood Reapers are going to be better than just raw Bone Stalker. We do see this push coming across the map now. Drago might try and take this tower down and put a not pillar, but you know, one of those towers down to be able to health regen. Yeti is going to see this massive force. He's going to want to turn tail and run, get the heck out of here. He's trying to kite and get damage where he can, and he's seen that big army now, and he knows what's up. He's trying to take this tower down in order to get it up, because he really needs some sort of other defense. He's got more Whitewood Reapers in production.
And as you mentioned, Drago did go for the tower at the front. Oh, Sipari at the back door. Love it.
I
Is it an attack from two sides, or no? Okay, not quite yet.
It looks like...
No matter what, Drago has enough power to do a deliver from evil to save those units if he needs to. Behind this, I'd like Drago to be attacking the front, though. It's all about the multitasking, forcing opponents to split up. And yeah, two Whitewood Reapers can deal with this pretty well. They have heavy, heavy damage on their opponents.
Again. He's got this rock down now.
Yeah, Yeti split up his units quite well. Oh, she's going for a trap. Okay, Yeti reacts perfectly, moving back. And yeah, Drago has multiple fronts of attack at this point.
Yeah, and Yeti is wise to Drago's wiles. At this point, he's aware that this is a big attack coming in, and he's trying to defend accordingly. He is putting himself in a weird spot here. He's not really able to defend his natural here. Drago could just kind of walk in and kill him, but Drago wants to heal up his units and sticks around by the tower.
Behind this, Drago did double expand, so this is not an all-in in any sense. It was an aggressive play to force his opponent on the defensive. And behind all this, double expanding to really take advantage of this. Yeti has the early economical advantage, but if Drago can keep his enemy contained, he will be able to get the next step of this match. And he's heading into the main. He has enough power. He does not have enough power anymore to go for a deliver from evil, so needs to keep those exits in mind.
Yeah, his units are very mobile though, so it is going to be largely easy for him to escape. We do see a couple Reapers and a single Bone Stalker that wants to grow up to be a Whitewood Reaper when he grows up, coming across the map, but they are going to be intercepted by some Sipari.
Oh, and he even evaded the shot.
Yeah, well,
he evaded the shot, but then goes down immediately. There's not much HP on those left after that.
Yeah, this is pretty scary as Yeti, because you try and take a third base here, but there's this massive army knocking at your front door with a tower where they can heal up, you know? As Yeti, you're kind of in a rough spot. You got to throw a curveball. He is going for tech by the looks of it, though.
Yeah, I think it's the right choice. Neuroside going down, Long Dart Red Veil, get those upgrades up. Maybe the invisibility is what he needs to surprise his opponent. But yeah, no third base yet. And that tower will go down. The detector is here, as you pointed out.
Yep, the detector is here, so the invisibility won't do much good. Yeti is going to try and save this base. Drago is focusing the tower, which may not be the best move. He is going to get it, but he's lost a significant amount of army. If it was a base, I'd say, but even now, like, this is just a really unfortunate trade for Drago. You see the supply is just, Yeti is just running away with the supply. And now, if he runs across the map, as you were saying, that delivery from evil is used. But
that was a horrible trade for Drago. Yeti getting right back in this game. The economical advantage was up for Drago, but he's able to get his units back. He's making them quick and easy as Yeti's coming for the next push. Yeti needs to be wary though. He's coming in with 4 Whitewood Reapers. They're a bit damaged and don't have that much mana on 2 of them. He needs to hit his shots well.
He really needs to get some damage done here. He has no third base, and Drago has the third base up for a while. He's kind of almost in an all-in position. We see on the other side of the map, there's a couple Icors out that are defending against these Sapari, but this is where the action is at.
Yeah, heading for that base, and the invisibility is on. He's using his shots on them, and yeah, they take double damage. Those Sapari go down immediately. Yeti found the right position, is going for it, going for the attack. The other side's Drago counter-attacking.
He is in the main with a couple Sapari, but there are a couple Icors here to defend. I don't see this getting much done. The real damage is going to come here on Drago's side of the map, and this counterattack is brutal.
The Arc Mother comes in, but too little too late. The Whitewood Reaper still invisible, hitting that skill shot marvelously. Icors dealing with all the units in the north, in Yeti's main, and the Dervish comes in too little too late. Yeti seems to have broken Drago. Drago doing all he can to survive with the last remaining units. But is it too much?
Surround coming down here from Drago. He's pulled the boys. He's trying to get this done, but there's just not enough units here. There's so many Bone Stalkers here for Yeti. These forces, he hasn't really lost much. There's a couple Dervish being attempted in production to try and stop this largely light army, but there's just so much damage coming down here from Drago. And on the back end, we see Yeti's third base is almost done. This is looking good for Yeti.
If he can get that base on top of it, yeah, Drago's not even trying to save it at this point. It comes down to Drago has to counter all in. Yeti's all in here. Yeti behind is taking his third base, not just concentrating on units, but he has the army for it. He has the army to do some damage. Drago losing that Arc Mother was just so painful. The Arc Mother could have been a difference maker in any fight here.
Well, that Sapari kissed a Bone Stalker, baby, and went on his way.
Yeah, kissed a Walter on the way out, and is able to survive this push.
We see a little bit of a counterattack here. I think Drago's trying to buy some time. If he was going for an all-in, he'd be saving these units. So I think he is going to try and rebuild his economy based on this move.
And yeah, Yeti will
so
see it
many
coming.
Whitewood Reapers.
Yeah, Yeti will be sad at his base is pulling his symbiotes in time. But Yeti, units that need to come out, more Whitewood Reapers. Yeti really massing this Whitewood Reaper. It's his new favorite unit by far, as he never stops taking them.
And it's very valid reasoning. Like they've got such a strong hitting. They just hit so hard, you know.
To be fair, though, he just traded 4 Whitewood Reapers for 5 Sapari.
Yeah, we don't talk about it. It's fine. As I'm praising him, he decides to go and throw his units away. So classic Yeti.
Wow. See, just before this cast, I was talking to Yeti. He was like, "You're always so nice about me." I'm like, "Well, if you want, I can say how much you suck." And actually, I don't need to do that. I have Westo to do that for me. It's nice.
It's okay. We have fun.
Yeah. Yeti's a nice guy, energetic guy. That he needs to be put down a bit. He needs to put down.
Yeah, he is a cool dude. He's got too much. He's too good at the game for us not to mess with him a little bit when he screws up.
Exactly. And screw up he did. He only has 2 Whitewood Reapers in his main army. Of course, there's 5 on the other side.
Hi, Pay. So no third base from Drago yet.
I mean, I don't disagree with it. You know, once you're a bit behind, you want to go for those tech units.
He's getting a second base. If you're getting a second base, why not go for a third base? You know.
Well, you just need the base armies to go for the big trade. He needs that big fight that reinforces the kill.
I mean, this is good, but if he had all of his army here, I would really like it. He may be able to just bulldoze over Drago. Yeah, there's 3 Absolvers, but...
Well, with the Whitewood Reapers, you can bulldoze pretty well. However, the units are not the ones you want to bulldoze through that. Maybe this army, though. So, part of me is like, it's good that Yeti's being careful, doesn't want to die to the counter-harass on the other side. Other part of me is like, well, you know,
Well,
it's dangerous.
look at the amount of pyre that Yeti's got. He's got 210 pyre. He's got 4,000, well, 140 supply, 4,000 supply value. And he's going to move in here. This is what I wanted him to do.
Great hunt time? Come on, great hunt time. Come on, Yeti, you can do it.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes.
So Absolvers can see, okay. Arc Mother ability on the Absolvers is a smart idea. 50% damage reduction on everything. And moving in, Yeti does not care anymore. He just wants to kill.
Yeah.
Guess the first Absolver. Guess the Arc Mother.
It wasn't pretty, but he did it. And he has broken Drago. That is the last of Drago's forces. His natural is under fire. There's not really much here in terms of options for Drago. Drago being the aggressor at the beginning of the game, kind of backfiring on him. And it's going to looking like it's going to result in a victory for Yeti, which is kind of not what we were expecting, right? Yeti once again surprising us in this tournament.
Yeah, Yeti was always surprising to see him win absolutely any game, you know? It's just surprising.
It's amazing he can play the game at all, you know?
Oh, man.
We give him crap, but he's literally winning.
No, he wins a lot, right? We give him crap, but he's a good player. And he's taking his revenge on Drago. Drago won the first time they encountered each other in the upper bracket in the first round. This time we're in the lower bracket round 3 where they both made it through a lot of tough opponents. And yeah, this time Drago doing his best.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like Yeti was taking notes when he was watching Santa. Well done by Yeti getting the W. And wow, that was unexpected. That was unexpected.
We're still saying that? We're still going to go with Yeti unexpected to win? Yeah.
Yeah, my mind is blank because my sister just walked in and started talking to me. I'm like, get away. I'm trying to get something. Get away.
Okay, we'll just go back to blasting Yeti over and over.
Yeah, so,
okay.
One quick look at the bracket, if we may, while I try and figure out who's going next.
Yeah, we'll be casting whoever. Well, we might be able to get into game 3 of Magic versus Santa, depending on who won that one, and then we'll go into lower bracket round 4. And I think I'll also keep that one to the best of 1. I think lower bracket all best of 1s is a good way to go, actually, just to keep it going.
Yeah, I dig it. We will take. Who suggested it? Was it Magical? I think Magical suggested it. So. Do we know who is? So they're 1-1, right? Or is it?
I have no clue.
Oh, you have no clue. Okay, that's fine.
Magical won game number 1. I don't know about game number 2, and
okay, so let me write that down in the thing.
In the thing, I don't think. Okay, you can. Great.
The thing. I did it. I did the thing.
Leave your thing. I don't know if we'll be able to get into the match. Well, game 3, if we can, we'll get into it. Yeah, we'll go for best of 1 loser finals as well.
Awesome. I will tell Azula you said hi, Dr. XP. Also, welcome to the Immortal Gates of Pyre Community Tournament that doesn't have a name yet, so we're calling it Community Tournament.
Well, you say that the original community tournaments were called Break the Game, but then those became the official tournament. So now we have to find out a new name, or we can maybe able to seal it. Well, we don't know yet. We
have to come up with something creative like Break the Game. How about like, I don't know, firing the pyre? I don't know. I don't. We got to give some thought to it. The Teapot tournament. Yeti's got a great idea. The Teapot tournament.
Oh yes, the Teapot tournament is great. Teapot has always just been the best meme. I'm sure everyone will agree, especially Santa's not here to defend it. So let's just talk how much Teapot is the best meme of this server. You know, it's
how much Teapot is the best meme of the server.
Yeah, over Walter, because Santa's not here to defend it.
Oh yes, I see what you mean. Yeah, the Teapot has a level of wisdom that I don't think Walter can quite match.
Exactly. Pouring the tea and pouring the love to everyone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Walter is there. Walter is lovely, but at the end,
wow. Sure. Is there a picture of the Teapot show somewhere that I can pull up?
It's the Utah Teapot. Utah Teapot is called.
Utah Teapot. Yep. Teapot. Wait, no,
Apparently,
no, like the the Sharu and the Sharu were the teapots. I don't know where that picture is, and Google isn't helping me.
oh yeah, that one's gonna be
Somewhere confusing.
okay. So Magical ended up winning. So we'll have Yeti versus Santa in lower bracket.
Okay, so we're gonna do the lower bracket again.
Yeah, lower bracket, best of one.
Okay, I gotta do some more changing then.
Yep. Well, I mean, Magical just beat Santa 2-0.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, like, I had geared up for a game 3 between Santa and Magical, so it'll be Santa versus Yeti.
Yeah, see, I'm looking at the reactions. Magical saying Yeti, wow. I know, right? Everyone's just reacting that way.
Yeah. What's wow? How did Yeti win? Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. Not Santa versus Santa. No, Santa versus Yeti.
Yep. Santa versus Yeti will be a fun matchup. I think Santa's a pretty heavy favorite on this one as well. Given that, Santa has been doing great at a lot of tournaments.
I believe I'm on the Santa train. I believe. Thanks for the lurk, Pate.
Santa train, the Santa gravy train is going strong. Okay, lower bracket finals. Did you create a new lobby at Westo, by the way?
I did not because I was busy. I'm sorry.
Uh-oh. Let's see if there's already a lobby before you create it. Maybe the.
Oh wait, I had a lobby, but Drago was in it. What is this? Yeti versus Santa. Okay, it's nice that I can create the lobbies though, because I can.
You can control everything and not be forced to say the lesser meme. Not forced to say the lesser meme 5 times.
There you go. This is the finals. I gotta change that. Final.
Well.
So this is competing over 3rd place, correct?
This is competing over 3rd place, exactly. Yeah, I'm thinking of making these, but I think the lower bracket's a lot of fun. As long as you keep the lower bracket best of ones, we'll keep this going in the future. And that way pretty much equalizes the time it takes. If you do round 1, best of 1, yeah, okay. I'm thinking of keeping going these tournaments, maybe next week, maybe not. We'll see what happens. Mm-hmm. Could be fun to do a best.
I don't think I could co-cast next week.
Oh, that's fine. I'm not even sure I can cast either, so we'll see what happens. Okay. Yeah. I know Dom or Shadow Fury also has some issues with his voice, so he wants to rest it before the big events happening in a few weeks. Big mystery events. As we don't know what will happen then.
Winner of us fights Magical. Wait, yes. Really? Is that how it works? Okay.
Yep. Winner of lower bracket.
So it's been a while since I've done like brackets and looked at brackets and stuff. Like once upon a time I played in StarCraft tournaments, but that was a long time ago, and I've forgotten how the elimination works.
Was this also on the challenge, or you had another thing?
It was on challenge, yeah. I used to play in like the tournament hosted by the guy in Alpha X, Olmrock, I think was his name. He had hosted a diamond tournament that I won one time, I think. And then I did EDF, which was another diamond tournament.
Yeah. Okay, so it seems that we have everyone in the room. Santa wants to be red. Do you accept?
Santa, gosh darn it, man. You're making me do more work. Are you kidding me? I thought you wanted to be ice.
Okay.
Hold on, let me look. Red is my favorite. Oh my gosh. All right, well, let's make Santa happy.
Let us make Santa happy. Santa wants to be red. We should have expected that.
But Santa, ice is the color of Walter. Why do you want red? Why are you?
Santa's moving away from Walter. Apparently, I think this is the only explanation.
Why are you the way that you are? I gotta change this. All right. Okay. It actually wasn't that much to change, so I think we're good.
Yeah, often double limb is pretty fun. It just takes a while, and want to keep the tournaments not too long. But it seems we'll keep it under 3 hours, which is usually the stated goal. We don't want it to go too long. And if the double limb on the lower bracket is best of one, we can keep it pretty reasonable timing wise. I like it.
I did a dumb ZKay. Can you tell the players to leave the match?
Oh,
I did a dumb, and I didn't switch them, but I changed the overlay. So I'm sorry. Technically, original Walter was gray. Okay, thank you. Awesome. They're both out. Switched. Boom. Speedy, speedy, speedy.
Yes, we are heading for it. Yeti versus Santa. We haven't seen this match yet. So we've seen a lot of Yeti. Yeti has been someone fairly conservative, right? He's been someone defending a lot, trying to find timings, but he's more about finding advantages and going with it, getting more advantages and getting an extra base. Santa plays very defensive as well, but with a lot of harass mixed in. There's a bit more multitasking on Santa's side. I'd call Santa favored in this matchup.
Yeah, he is.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Yeti take it, as much as we make fun of him for being himself, you know. So, he could take it. It could be a great surprise to see Yeti break it through. It's possible.
Something that is very in the ballpark of Yeti right now is the fact that he's playing this character that just changed. Everything is new, so nobody knows what to do. You know, you have the theory, but when it comes down to it, it can really go either way.
Especially given Zol, yeah, as you say, Zol is just so new with all the abilities. We haven't had stealth that long. Then on top of it, we had Cast from Blood that just changes the dynamic of all the units spellcasting so much more. Yeah, before we've seen a lot of from Magic, and we might see that in the finals again with Magico making it to the finals. So the winner of this match will go there.
In a daze, that is a terrifying emote. I just got to say that.
Indeed,
that's gonna haunt me for this whole game because it's not going away anytime soon.
And looking at the immortal at this screenshot, I love it.
I know this is. Decker. I was admiring it too. Like Decker, is this Mala, Ajari, or Zoom? Oh, it's gone now. Unfortunate.
Yeah, I want another wallpaper. I need to ask for that wallpaper.
Yeah, I need to do that as a wallpaper too. Come on, work with me. All right, we're good. In the top left, playing Zal, once again, it is Yeti.
And in the bottom right, presenting the spirit of Santa and of Christmas and of Walter, it is Santa Claus as Ajari.
Yeah, as Ajari. This is kind of unorthodox. I never see Santa play Ajari.
Santa does play Ajari because she still has Dervish. If she didn't have Dervish, she would not. As long as they're Dervish, there is a chance.
Oh, hello. Oh, he's Santa's moat trick is backfiring on him. Okay, I'll explain what happened to here, okay? So Yeti went for Etherma, Altar of the Worthy. He didn't get a natural. What Santa usually does, he expects his opponent to get a natural. So then he starts attacking the tower and then runs away with the moat. So it starts attacking the Town Hall. But when he shall make a Town Hall, can't be annoyed by Santa's annoying moat. It really annoys me, that strategy, by the way, if it wasn't already clear. So Santa's also not going for a natural. He went for a Legion Hall immediately. Only one Etherma, and it is a lot later than it would normally be. Both Ethermas are finished and up and running for Yeti. Not the same for Santa. So something spicy may be planned here. He seems to have a lot of resources in the bank, and he is going down to build that natural. So he's not doing a complete crazy all in, but he is being fairly aggressive right off the bat. Gotta say. So this moat is once again, like I was saying, being annoying, attacking the tower and then attacking it, the town hall itself. It does go down. It got what it deserved from the Bone Stalkers. Bone Stalkers are here. I don't think Bone Stalkers, especially when only two of them are firing, are enough to kill this tower, and one of them is going to go down, which is really unfortunate considering the aggressiveness of the strategy that Santa is taking. A second Stalker almost goes down, and these this Sapari sounds similar, I swear. These Sapari are out on the map. taking this pyre for themselves. We have seen the strategy used quite a few times in the tournament, and it seems like that's becoming more of the meta. Players going out and trying to take advantage of the pyre while sacrificing their economy to do so. Santa significantly delayed his natural base, and the Legion Hall, second Legion Hall, is coming up here with a reliquary. So it doesn't seem like Santa is going to be letting up on the aggression. He's going to be trying to go for something. He's going to be using all this pyre for his master plan.
Hey, Westo.
Hi, welcome back, ZKay.
Thanks, my internet died. It's back now.
Welcome back. It's a good thing that you didn't stream, I guess.
Exactly. There's a reason for everything. That's why I told you to do it.
You just kind of stopped talking, so I was like, all right, here we go. I'm solo casting now, but welcome back.
Thank you. So what happened? Did Santa destroy him like we expect because it's Yeti?
No, Santa is being aggressive, and Yeti is chillaxing like he normally does. Santa has a crap ton of pyre and a pyre miner right now.
And what's in the north? Okay, just
a teapot. Yeah. But I suspect that Santa's not gonna sit around and wait for something to happen. He's gonna head across the map. And this is unfortunate here because
the Whitewood Reapers.
Whitewood Reapers are out.
It can be a pretty equal exchange depending on how the micro goes, but yeah, they just want to see. The thing is, the Safari have a slightly larger range. Oh, the invisibility comes down.
No, he's dead. He's dead.
Invisibility came down on the wrong one. Darn.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it came down, but it died immediately. So.
Oh, nice invisibility there.
Yeah, he hit the skill shot on that one. He's just chasing, and yep, all these units are dead. Oh, there's the recall.
There is that deliver from evil, like you were talking about from Drago. Santa using a similar strategy, doing much the same thing. I think that was the sound of the pyre miner dining. It went out for dinner. No, dying, right?
No, I went out for dinner. That's why it stopped giving us fire. It's just like, you know what? I'm gonna go and eat something else.
I put in my 10 hours for the day. I'm gonna go get some marshmallows. I don't know who gets marshmallows when they go out to eat, but hey, not here to judge. Chicken Walters.
Chicken Walters. That sounds like a great meal, actually. Just chicken Walters. Just fry him in bread and. Fry him, bread him.
Wrap the chicken in slices of Walter. How about that?
Ooh,
Walter steak. That's like wrapping pork in other pork.
Wellington. I want a Walter Wellington.
Walter Wellington, yes.
The new recipes we're looking for.
Now I'm really hungry. I was already hungry before, but now I'm starving. Anyway, Yeti's moving in here. He is not afraid. Tower is not up yet, and it's going to be taken down. There is a bit of forces here from Santa, but this is a really even army here. This is scary from Yeti.
It comes down to the skill shots. He got the first one in. There's one that's invisible. He's heading for a second one, and the damage is immense, and the invisibility is so strong. Going in for it, the Saoshin gives the healing to all the units, but there's a lot of units on Yeti's side. This is such a strong timing attack.
Yes, there's also a third base on the back end from Yeti. This is an amazing play. I love to see this. What is Yeti doing? He's on. I think he like snorted some cocaine before this or something. He's just on another level of play right now. He has killed the natural of Santa.
He has discovered the power of the Whitewood Reaper. He is using it to its full essence, and yeah, this is just abusive at this point. He is finding the ways to break the game outside of Break the Game Weekly. But then again, if he loses all these units, this could be the end of him, right? It all comes down to this fight. If he uses all these units, he's went in so deep. He's not playing defensive. Losing these units is such an expensive endeavor. And the Dervish get their first shots in.
But he stopped the mining completely from Santa. Santa is no longer mining. Moving in here, the Whitewood Reapers are trying to use their ability. Bone Stalkers are doing much that they can. Dervish are fighting. Sapari ability comes down. All of the Whitewood Reapers are invisible, and that is putting some serious damage. There's no detection here, but all the Bone Stalkers are dead. The symbiotes got pulled.
And yeah, the final White Reaper, there's only one left. And wow, Yeti lost all his units, but he traded well enough that it doesn't matter. It's all about those trades here. He wants to get the final Whitewood Reaper out. But what a fight from Yeti getting in once more. Santa barely survives, but he's on one base. His opponent's on 3 bases. Is Yeti pulling the upset of the century as Santa going for another base on the other side?
Yeah, like we thought that ZKay pulling the upset on Mixu was a big deal, but Yeti is just gonna go ahead here and just win the whole tournament from the losers bracket. What?
Well, he still has a Magico in place, and Magico is also the one that put an end to my run. So we'll see how it goes as Yeti pulling up all the stops as Santa not able, looking for more damage on the other side. There's no Aerovore, so that Warden can find some damage, but will it be enough?
I am a Yeti believer now.
Yeah, you gotta be, right?
Mm-hmm,
like, there's actually a reason why we should be hyping him up for once.
Yes.
Yeah, I had to put in a little barb at the end,
Dang,
right?
that's rough. I mean, this Warden is being pretty annoying. There is anti-air for Yeti, but he's not really using it much. Whitewood Reaper goes down there.
Reapers. Focus firing down those Whitewood Reapers. There's so many of them, though. How can you focus fire them? All of them.
Yeah, this Warden is doing work. It is a little bit surrounded here, and Deliver from Evil is used. Now Yeti needs to run across the map and get over there. This fourth base position base here from Santa is interesting. Yeti's not going to expect it, so he's going to overestimate his position in the game. That could be very powerful for Santa.
It is his way back. Let's say that it is his way back, as you know, we've seen Croft at the end game is very powerful, and if Santa is able to stabilize and get to that very powerful Sharu end game, he will be all powerful and can take down his opponent, but he needs to keep Yeti at home.
Mm-hmm. That he does. That being said, Yeti is waltzing across the map. Round 2, he wants to ring the bell, and this tower once again canceled, and this natural doesn't look like it's going to be able to get up.
And behind all this, Yeti has 300 pyre.
Yes, he is. He's not really using his pyre. That's okay though. He's got Wraith Bows out now. That's good. Yeah, I know. Who needs what is it, Matt? The Hunt. What is it? I forget the name.
Great Hunt.
The Great Hunt.
There's a few things he could use, but again, against the jar, it's not that useful with all the Sipari that can come and save you.
Well, round 2, once again, Yeti is just I didn't mean to zoom there. Walking into the main base.
And that's a total Santa move too.
Yeah,
Santa this time,
it feels like Yeti is just learning from Santa. It's just, I will use your own tricks against you, and wow, and it's working. Santa can't really do anything about this. He's just gonna lose his main.
Where's the rest of Santa's army? Oh, it's there. Oh, it's doing the damage though. It is doing the work.
That Warden is continuing to work. Dervish moving in here on these Whitewood Reapers. They do get a lot. Heaven's Aegis is cast. The Dervish are jumping on top of these forces.
Oh,
Yeti does use an ability. He still has 278 pyre. He needs to use some of that in order to win this fight. Infuse comes down, and that is a lot of DPM there all of a sudden.
Oh, more Dervish coming in. Santa brings out his last hurrah. His trump card is always the Dervish, and they come in strong. They kill the whole army, but there's too little, too late. Is it enough to come back for this game? Look at army value right now. It's 50 to 2,000.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is a rather unfortunate fight for Yeti. He still has 214 pyre in the bank, so imagine what he could have done if he used the pyre that he's got. Now, that being said, Santa doesn't really have a main base anymore. He's on 1 base of economy. Meanwhile, Yeti is on 3. So the longer Santa waits in order to do something, the better position Yeti is going to be. These Dervish are going to try and slip in here. Units are about to pop out now. Resonance, and the Dervish are instantly pushed away. Fortunate timing there.
Yeah, because Santa was really good at finding the right army to deal with it. All those Whitewood Reapers pretty much died to Dervish pretty fast with, even though they've been nerfed, well, the Dervish still did decent damage against those light units, I believe. I'm not sure if they're light or not, but they do decent damage with Splash against all those melee units.
And now, in an instant almost, Yeti went from 50 to 3,800 army value, and that really just shows the economic position that he is in. Now, that being said, he is losing a couple symbiotes here, which is unfortunate, but his army is so strong.
Yeah. And yep, the Dervish need to run. Oh, not losing a single Dervish would be great. And there we go. Santa comes out with
Santa.
All his... Yeah, needs to find it in the spot to heal. And I love this from Santa expanding to the top right where Yeti is not looking.
Yeah, Yeti has not been on his side of the map. much as of late. He's been trying to deal with this harass between the dervish and the warden. Now, this is classic Santa. He's really just trying to salvage his position in this game by being as annoying as possible, and he's doing his best. Like, he's actually killing a lot of symbiotes here.
Yeah, and you know what? The Whitewood Reapers don't shoot up, so he has a lot of them. Can the Bone Stalkers do it? The Wardens are low on HP, but they found a way out. They can run back. He is finding a way back in.
Yeah, this is interesting. I feel like if Yeti walked across the map now, he would just outright win the game, but he's too busy dealing with all these wardens. He's sticking around, and this is something that we saw. This is one of the few flaws in Yeti's gameplay so far, is he doesn't know when to run across the map and kill his opponent, you know? Maybe it's because he doesn't know the position he's in, but he needs to scout and find out, you know?
Yeah, that's a good descriptor of Yeti. He's decently good at the game, but he doesn't have that killer instinct. It's something he needs to develop to really join the ranks of those Santa and Magical. Magical is the one that really developed the biggest killer instinct in this game. That's why he's one of our best players. We're still looking for more killer instinct players. Santa is not the killer instinct players unless you call Dervish everywhere a killer instinct.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Santa knows when to run across the map, and I think that's that's really what matters in this case, is the game sense and the ideas, you know, the scouting to be able to interpret what you're seeing and take action accordingly.
Yeah, Yeti looking for a way in, but that's too little action there.
It's a lot of Dervish here, but there's quite a few tanky resonance, and Fuse comes down on the Dervish, and he actually decides to run away here. There is a couple Bone Stalkers here. They could just get slaughtered by the Dervish.
Yeah, that's a good catch on there.
Oh no, the game's crashed.
Okay, let's wait a bit. Sometimes it comes back. Sometimes it comes back. We have a connection loss, but if we just wait, the connection sometimes comes back.
This was like one of the most unfortunate times for Santa for the game to crash.
Oh man, yeah. Let's wait and see if connection comes back. We have seen this a few times. Connection loss, closing game. Sometimes it just comes back at the end, so we're gonna hope it does.
Yeah, this has been a spicy game for Yeti so far. It would be really hard to replicate this again.
Oh man. Come on, 15 seconds. You can do it, server. You can do it, server. Anyone can. We believe in you.
F in the chat.
Oh my god. Oh, so unfortunate.
Oh, it came back! Oh, yet. Oh, ZKay with the power of love made it come back. Oh my gosh. Well,
we just have to believe in the Teapot. We have to believe in the Teapot.
Very amazed that this game is gonna continue. Oh my goodness. And this is Santa's last Acropolis. Not Acropolis. I'm sorry. Wait, is it the Acropolis?
Last Acropolis. It is a final Acropolis.
Once he takes that down, that's gonna be GG.
All that wait just to wait for that GG to happen 5 seconds later.
Yeah, that was slightly anticlimactic, just a little bit.
Just waiting to see if the days will go down, and it does. GG Yeti makes it to the finals.
Yeti. Once again. Wow.
What a surprise.
I have no words. I have no words.
This has been the Yeti's coming out tournament. Mm-hmm. We're happy to see it next tournament at least make the finals again, or also be a disappointment again.
Yeah.
Now we just have now we expect that. I'll let you make the next lobby for the grand finals. Grand finals will be best of 3. And yeah, the grand finals. Actually, you know what we could call the tournament? We should call it the ZIAMH tournament. I think that's a good name.
Yes. I like where your head's at.
No, right? We don't have to form a clan. We just have to host tournaments with that name.
That's amazing. All right.
Oh wait, lobby. Magical made the lobby. Okay, we can join his lobby, I suppose.
All right. Well, Magical has got to be on Team Red. Alrighty then. That's set up. We go back to here. I'm leaving this. Join the lobby.
Okay, hopefully the colors are right. Oh,
Let me check.
really, Yeti? Yeti wants to be blue. There
Yeti
you
wants
go.
to be blue. That's fine. That works.
That works.
It
Okay.
works. We're good. We're
So
good to
this
go.
is the first time. This is the first time we'll see Magical play this tournament, which is unfortunate because Magical's a beautiful player to watch. He has the best timings.
Yes.
We're talking about the lacking of killer instinct on Yeti. Magical has too much killer instinct sometimes, man. He's just gonna kill it before the other person has the time to make a plan.
So, playing against Magical is really depressing. Okay.
Oh.
Personally, I have a really hard time playing against Magical because he's just too good, and my fingers and my brain just aren't fast enough. It's just sad.
So Magical going for his regular Mala. I'm expecting Yeti to keep going with his Zol. He made it all the way to the finals playing only Zol, losing the very first match, but making it all the way here afterwards. It's been quite a run for him.
Indeed. I am totally pining for Yeti to win this one.
It's the better story. I want Yeti to have Cinderella story.
Everybody loves an underdog. Okay. Everybody loves an underdog. I'm sorry, Magical, I love you, but Yeti is definitely the one I'm rooting for here.
Oh man. Zol versus Mala, and Aru versus Aru Mirror.
Yeah, we haven't seen much Karath today. I mean, we did see Santa, but largely we've seen a lot of Aru, and I like that.
Indeed. We have seen quite a bit of it.
And the match is beginning late. Here's the thing again. We need to ask.
Ask for that wallpaper.
For the wallpaper, yes.
The water paper. Oh man.
There we go.
And here we go.
In the top left, once again, playing Zol, tried and true, it is Yeti.
And in the bottom right, the player with the killer instinct, it is Magical as Mala in the red.
So Mala, I feel, is Magical's favored.
By far.
His favored race. He does mess around a bit with Karath a little bit, but definitely I believe when he wants to play his best and try his hardest, Mala is where it's at.
Mala really like if you look at the faction in general, Aru just has some really killer timings. Being able to not have to go through all the way to for the Soul Foundry to be able to get to the Necropolis, having that Trident type of tech tree allows you to get those units a bit faster, those tech units a bit faster, and go for those big timings at a place that's not possible for Cross. So you can really hit those timings so strongly, and that's something Magical loves.
So, something that I would hate to see here from Magical would be any more than like 7 Thrums. Because
you think you would make at least 7 Thrums?
I'm saying I hope making any at all would be unfortunate because as we saw last match, Yeti had a very hard time dealing with one Warden. Imagine how 7 Thrums could do. But like what I'm saying is, basically right now, as someone who got thrummed recently by Santa, when Aru versus Aru and someone goes Thrums, the Wraithbows have a really hard time dealing with the Thrums. And not just in a straight up fight. I mean, like when the harass comes in hand, the Thrums can come in from the main base, they can come in from the natural, they can come in towards the third, and your Wraithbows have to be everywhere.
And you can't go into Thrums if your opponent went to them first. It's just hard to catch up on those numbers.
And if they have like 30 Thrums, then no amount of Wraithbows, no amount of static defense is going to be able to stop them,
I think it's one of those moments when you see Thrums too early, you just have to go kill them, but you can't kill them because the Thrums are everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah, Magical has that. That's another potential of Aru, just having that very quick from text unit switch, just changing it to Thrums without anyone looking. Catching you off guard with 10 Thrums is a very killer move.
That indeed it is. And I feel like Magical is kind of the one that pioneered the quick thrum attack. I believe he can get thrums out in, what is it, 4:30? 4 minutes 30 running into your main?
You can get them in your main at 4 minutes. However, it hasn't been as popular just because it leaves you so vulnerable to other attacks. So right now, if he uses thrums, it's sometimes something that is led in with another type of timing attack, and then he goes into thrums afterwards. He can go with thrums directly, but he'll have lots of units on the groundwork as well. And looking at Aru versus Aru, it's interesting that there's no Zakals yet, which had been the meta for so long, so I'm really happy to see something different now.
Yep, that is rather exciting. Mala versus Mala is all can really go Bone Stalkers, because the Bone Stalkers with their ability can match up to the infuse, like, I don't remember what the ability is called for the hunters that allow them to just have an increased offering. So the invisibility of the Bone Stalkers, I feel, does allow the hunters to match up at least with the Bone Stalkers, so that it's not just, you know, you get bulldozed like you do with Karath if you don't have Zakals, you know. But this is an interesting little thing here.
And the Teapot got scouted, like Yupi's Teapot at the bottom of it just saw it, and now Yupi has to decide, does he go for the killer instinct? He does. He goes into his opponent's base. He has an exit strategy. He's going to start killing some of his opponent's buildings first. Magical needs to do damage of his own. He's jumping in. Bone Stalker not quite ready for Yeti, but he can move his motes away. They won't die from this. Well, Magical might very well lose his natural entirely until his reinforcements come in.
Yeah, he is getting rather close, and he doesn't have anything in production right now, whereas Yeti did have stuff in production. He's got Whitewood Reaper out, and that is being he just missed the invisibility there. He would have been able to start attacking those units uncontested. Symbiotes here were moved back, and they are losing damage, but I mean, the Magical has lost his natural.
Yeah, Yeti once more is in a great position. Yeti keeps finding those great attacks. Thrums are counterattacking now. Yeti has to deal with this, and that's what I was talking about, those fast thrums. Having that many fast thrums means you don't have a standing army for that counterattack that Yeti executed so beautifully. At this point, Magical has his army with offering, and the units are coming back slowly but surely. Oh my god,
this is chaos. The thrums are just having their way with these symbiotes, and there are Whitewood Reapers out now, so this army is going to get pushed away and killed by Magical, but there's been so much economic damage done so far. Yeti is really in a rough spot when it comes to symbiotes. The same could be said for Magical, though.
Yeah, Magical has only one base, though, while Yeti's still on 2 bases. You lose some symbiotes, but those thrums are taken out. Yeti, again, with the great moves. Yeah, he has to switch back to his main to defend that, but Magical knows that's coming. He won't even try. Gets 1 kill on the way out. Gets a 2nd kill. Great micro. Focus firing down those weak ones.
Yeah, but now Yeti he's got with his pants down. Some symbiotes are going to go down here. Even the thrums with their reduced attack now are doing a lot of damage to these symbiotes.
And behind all this, Magical didn't expand. He's going for a killer push. He's going all in with this. He doesn't think he can do it. And yeah, it's one of those strategies. If you don't think he can expand, oh, what am I saying? He just expanded.
Cast a curse. I was gonna say this is pretty bold by Magical. He knows he did a lot of economic damage. It's technically feasible. Oh, Thrum's running over there. Oh, one of them does get taken out by the Bone Stalkers.
I mean, Magical needs to keep his opponent on his own side. And here come the 4 Whitewood Reapers. I like this from Yeti. They're not going to do anything against those Thrums. So find another avenue of attack. Keep your opponent distracted. You could kill the rocks. There's a few solutions. And why is there still no Aerovore? I feel like an Aerovore would be a part of the solution here, as he needs to keep his units at bay. Every symbiote he loses is at least an Aerovore worth of defense.
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 Thrums have gone out now. 3, he seems to be microing elsewhere in the natural, and almost all of his Thrums go down. And
my one goes down to Bastion.
Yeah, I mean, Yeti lost all of his Whitewood Reapers, but we don't know how well they traded, you know?
You know, I think no matter what, it's an even trade. You trade your Whitewood Reapers for your opponent's Thrums. That means Magical has nothing left in his base. And Magical's so far behind economically, this just puts Yeti even in a better spot, really. Trading the Whitewood Reapers for the Thrums for that multitasking attention, that just worked for Yeti. And look at the army value.
Yeti's got to run across the map here, and this is what we were talking about, the killer instinct. He has to run across now and try and end the game, because he's got such a better army. And he is moving out now.
Yeah, we know how this game goes, right? Magical is one of those better players in the end game, but he started so far behind at this point, and okay, going for the counterattack, they won't see each other. They're going to Okay, no, Magico's not hitting out quite that fast.
No, Magical, the longer Yeti waits, the better chance Magical is going to have. Their supplies have evened up, and 2 ships in the night. Once again, Magical is passing by, but Yeti's going to try and kill these reinforcements. He should realize that Yeti or Magical was heading across the map from that, and now he's running into the base, even seeing that. This is very bold here. Oh, offering comes down, and Magical is moving in here.
Okay, here comes the infuse. He's jumping on top. The Whitewood Reapers need to hit their shots, and they do. They get invisible. They can jump on top and get the damage, but it's not enough damage. The arc is so powerful, Magical. He's getting all that damage in. The White Reapers, all that's left, and won't last long as Yeti comes in way too late with those Icors.
Oh, Yeti was in such a good position.
Oh my god.
Oh, the tables have turned.
Well, how the turns table right now.
The turns table indeed. Now Magical with the massive supply lead.
See, we're talking about Killer Instinct, and well, that was
Killer Instincts. Instincts.
Killer Extinct.
Stinky.
Yeah, X.
Instinky.
Oh, I thought you.
It didn't.
I was waiting for Killer Extinct because it made him extinct.
Oh, that would have been funny too. Yeah.
We have a few of those. That's what we do.
Well, Yeti is... I think this is a stable game. I mean, if Yeti could get some forces up, which he has, he just made a crap ton of Whitewood Reapers, and the supply is evened out, so I would call this game even. They're both on 2 bases, more or less even.
Yeah, it's pretty even. It's going to come down to what tech they go for. And okay, getting that extra bit of pyre is great. 212 pyre to 170. They really haven't been using their pyre that much. It was used in the last fight. It really made a huge advantage for Magical, who was able to put on most of Mass Hunters and then spread it out to get that huge arc with that extra speed.
Is this a base? Oh, there's a symbiote here.
It's a smart idea.
Oh, it is a base.
Very smart. Yeah,
I like it. I like it. Uh-oh.
But look what else I like.
That's awkward. That's extremely awkward. What the heck?
Yeah, Magical.
It's going to stop there, too. Wait, what? Did he not notice it?
Maybe not. Okay, yeah.
He didn't notice it, but Yeti canceled it anyway. All right, we see the main army moving in here. Magical does have the advantage here, but there's a lot of Whitewood Reapers here. Rain of Blood comes down.
Yeah, he's using his ultimate. He really wants to win this fight. It gives him back his HP he used to put that offering down.
Great hunt!
Oh, that's a smart move.
Magical is just running.
Yeah, it's to jump on top of his opponent so he can shoot at it. He can't shoot if he doesn't see it. And, oh man, the hunts... The Whitewood Reapers did their damage, but the detector was here. Detector was here for Magical.
GG.
Oh man.
Wow. That was...
What a comeback for Magical.
Very close. Very close indeed. That was a comeback for Magical. Yeah. Yeti definitely had the advantage. Just fumbled it a little bit. That was... Whew.
Yep. 1-0 for Magical. Time to go for game 2.
1-0.
Oh, lobby's dead, so Westo, you have to remake it.
Nice.
Okay, well, new lobby made, hopefully.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, there was a bit of communication issues, but that's okay. But yeah, another Aru versus Aru. Yeti really making those Whitewood Reapers work, but unfortunately it didn't work out this time. He'll need to find another solution to get through that wall of Magical, and Magical showed his killer instinct there.
Boom. I may lose power, ZKay.
Oh, interesting. Well, we'll see. Well, hopefully it's not in the middle of this.
Yeah. The potentially last game I lose power. No, it's just a big thunderstorm out.
Oh, okay, just
outside.
Launch game.
All right.
Florida knows what it's doing. I believe in your state in keeping your power alive.
Yeah, I don't know if I have faith in the Florida. Florida, what's it?
Power grid. Wait, really? Yupi going? Okay, Yeti changing it up. He's had a lot of success. He's had a lot of success with us all, and he gives up on her after just one loss. That's I guess that's how it is with him.
Yeah,
that's just how it is.
If it's broken, gotta fix it, I guess. So I'm slightly disappointed, I will admit. I wanted to see Zal.
I do want to see some Orzum versus Mala. It's a fun matchup as well.
Yeah.
I want to see Magical come in with his killer timings and killer his opponent.
Okay. That's okay. I thought he was sending out multiple workers to
Fire Singer, no.
So
He's just gonna attack the building.
So it seems like he's going to attack the building like Santa has been doing in the past.
Yeah,
Santa learning a thing or two from Santa. He has not only jumped into the main base of his opponents, but he is also doing this, which is annoying as well. Everything really. It's really depressing.
It won't kill it quite yet. Oh, he loses the moat.
That moat died for its country.
50 Aloy in the start of the game is pretty expensive.
I mean, it's not like he already took it away from his mineral line, so it's already lost basically when you pull it away and it gets remade.
Back to your natural. You can bring it back to your natural to mine there, and then you don't have to remake it. But yeah, it's true. You lose the income for a while and you have to remake it, but I was hopeful for more from it. Not this time.
Both players going for economic openings. Both players. Well, Magical is going for double Ether Maw, and Yeti is only going for the single Ether Extractor.
What I like about what Yeti's done is he's forced his opponent to stay at base. By attacking both those direct towers, Magical is forced to stay there and defeat both of them. And Yupi can use all that time to collect the power in the middle of the map instead. That is hopefully his plan, unless he wants to kill his own towers as well. But killing the pirate camps in the middle is always a fun strategy, just for getting those in. And also he's going to stop any. Oh man. Okay, I was wondering if he's getting attacked. Oh man, he's just being attacked by all those towers.
We used to be able to pull the symbiotes and attack the tower, but now you can't do that anymore because the tower changes its target. That's
a good change.
It is a good change.
Oh, Mass Hunter is getting attacked from the get-go. Can't go to the other tower either. And he... Oh no! Oh, losing the first Mass Hunter.
A symbiote and a Mass Hunter.
Oh, he did. Oh,
unfortunate start for Magical today.
Yeah, the Magical's timings are really well timed as well. So that will slow him down quite considerably for how much he loves his early game. And there we go. That's what I was talking about. Yeti going for the Pirate Cast in the middle, knowing that his opponent is stuck at home dealing with those derelict towers.
Yeah, it's always frustrating as in Magical's position. Yeah. Just those towers are just
Yeah, at this point, Yupi needs to be careful. Can't go and attack.
The Chunky Centaurs are here.
Okay, good pullback micro on that weak one, and he has control of the top of the hill. Okay. He survived. He survived that onslaught. I was a bit afraid for him, and now he can go back to his tower to heal. And both of them are just wary of taking that tower down, of taking that pirate camp. Both don't want to commit to it.
Very solid play from both players so far.
Yeah, it's the engagement that happens so often. That's always so interesting to see who will come up on top. And here, neither of them made any significant mistakes. And Yupi does not want to ferry camp on his own. He wants to be sure his opponent's not there, but taking that time has been the mistake, as Magical has time to reposition to him. Ooh, Absolver's coming up.
Absolver's coming up. What kind of tech do we see from... We see a Neurosite. Oh, we see a little squabble here.
Oh, gets one of those Zentaris.
So, Yeti does get the Pyre for 2 Zentari.
I mean, it's not the worst trade in the world. It's not... I don't love it either, because... it's kind of expensive for Pyre, but Aloy is probably not his most needed expenditure right now. He's going for Absolvers, which are pretty expensive. Oh, House of the Fading Saints, interesting. We haven't seen that much of it.
I really like this. I love the style of getting Hallowers early. It can really throw your opponent off guard. It's kind of depressing when your opponent goes for early air, but it doesn't look like Magical is doing that. He is just now teching up towards, the more chunky units, but Hunter's poking in here. They are pushed away by the Absolvers.
There's been some very spicy fights, and here we come. The offering comes in, but the tower offers good protection at this point. The Absolvers want to redeploy somewhere closer, but he's losing his ground support. The Centauri are getting focused down. One stays alive barely. And Magical pulls back.
Very good positional play from both players. Unsieging the Absolvers there was pretty risky, but Yeti got away with it. He doesn't have the map control you don't really have map control when Absolvers are your main, the main bit of your army.
Disadvantage of zone control. They're great at keeping control of the zone, but moving out, well, you're in a bit of trouble.
A little difficult. So Magical's Yeti's third base, a little over halfway done. Magical's is about the same, so these players largely even. Also in Pyre, that's funny.
And none of them have gone for a big infuse push. Magical is aiming most likely for a big resonant push, seeing as he got... Oh, okay, yeah, that's going to be... So what I'm assuming, Magical heading for that to get that second offering upgrade.
So what structure is this?
This is the Red Veil. The Red Veil... Yeah, so allows the spellcasters, but mostly at this point will be to get that second Mass Hunter upgrade, giving them extra range and more firepower in general. Another little micro fight here. Icors doing their best. I'll get the last Centauri. There we go. Another 2 Centauri without losing anything. It's all those free trades that Magical gets that really give him a pretty big lead. And his next push will be so powerful. Although the Howlers are a great defense against these type of pushes.
Yeah, and these Icors are kind of surrounded here. They're going to eat some shots from the Howlers, but the main army for Magical is moving into the third. He's going to kill the one moat that is there, and he's going to try and do damage to this. Whether or not he'll be able to take it down remains to be seen. These Howlers are going to push him away. He did lose quite a few hunters there.
Yeah, it wasn't worth it. Oh, the Icor's gone in the back door. There we go. Getting a lot of moat kills. Yeti doesn't react quite in time. And yeah, he had sent his units back to react to it, but once Magical did his dual prong, Yeti had to choose, and he didn't separate his units quite well enough.
Yeah, and Howlers are not what you call fast, so it is going to take a little bit while. Yeah, he is really going heavy on the Howlers. He's got to be careful, though. They might get Doven on, and they are very expensive. Magical does move away, though. These Icors are still being annoying. And wow, so much damage from these Icors. Like they're really they're really getting their worth in. These moats are revolting. They've had enough of those Icors killing their brethren, and they do finish them off. But dang, a lot of brethren were lost to those Icors.
So what tech is Magical going for? He went for the Icors. He did his damage.
Oh, so he seeks Rums.
Yeah, the big From switch, the big 15 From switch. I was expecting. Okay, he never did go for the...
Oh no, Hollower is stuck out here, and Fuse comes down on the Hollowers, but you really need the Centauri to turn around here and try and soak the damage. Absolvers are doing their work, and nice Hollower shots on the center mass. Centauri on their hollowed ground are going to put in work against these guys too, and that means that Magical is going to have to move away. So I think Yeti came away with a better trade there.
Yeah, heading into the Absolvers and keep going to try and get even more units. He got the first 4 Hollowers, and after that he didn't have to keep going, but... You know, you want to get as many kills as you want, and that was a signal for Yeti to go for the kill attack.
ZKay, none of these units shoot up.
Yeah, I know.
Yeti has got a nasty surprise waiting for him coming up here.
Yeah, but look, he has enough for a pillar. Won't make a difference, but you know, he has enough for a pillar. And that's what I'm talking about.
A pillar right when the Thrums show up. Oh no.
Yep.
Yeah, I wish we had a production tab. More Hollowers coming across the map too. Nice center mass shots. Yeti must be target firing those Hollowers to the very center of that group of hunters. And wow, all of the hunters are gone, but there's just so many Thrums, and really, Yeti really needs some Castigators out now. He needs to get his static defense up because his army is going to die. He did take out the third base, which is pretty nice, but Thrums are the name of the game now, and we do not see any static defense in the main. We don't even see any Castigators in production yet. He looks like he's trying to get Sentinels, which is not the movie here. You need something fast, and there's a lot of Thrums here.
And those Thrums are getting all those reinforcement Howlers, and you said they were expensive. And that's such a heavy loss. We can look at the army value every single time one goes down. 300 army value goes down with it.
Yeah, and now the Thrums have arrived, and Yeti doesn't have any anti-air whatsoever. Still no Castigators in production. Sentinels are in production now, but I don't think 4 Sentinels are enough to stop all of these Thrums, ZKay.
He didn't even have the Keeper of the Heart and Flame, so he can't put down Fire Singer. Zephyr's coming in as a desperation survival tool. But Sentinels will need to be microed like crazy, and more modes about to go down when one goes down.
This is spelling the end for Yeti here. There are still more Thrums coming across the map. Actually, these are Teapots. I mean, there's Thrums in every single mineral line. And I don't see any movement from Yeti. Oh, well, we do see these Sentinels came out, but like I was saying, 4 Sentinels not quite enough. Infuse comes down on the Thruns. The Sentinels are trying to kite away inside the hollowed ground, but that is not quite enough. And that is going to be it for Yeti. GG!
Oh, man. And Magico wins another tournament.
Another one.
But this one is
another addition to my collection.
It's his first Teapot tournament. It's his first Teapot trophy he's winning for this one.
Okay, ZKay, I swear your camera keeps putting your face lower and lower. Oh no, you were leaning down. Okay, because it was like you were down here, like you were looking up over, peeking over your your banner. Oh, there goes my power.
Well, good games, everyone. Thanks for watching.
My light just dimmed. We should probably end soon.
Yeah, so we might be doing another tournament next week. We'll be 2v2. And then the week after, there will be a lot of announcements. So look at the Parasite chat that will be happening next Friday. Next Friday at 3:30 EST, 12:30 PST, and 9:30 Europe time. So check out that one. If not, join the Discord, the Immortal Discord. Just look for Immortal Gates of Power Discord. And yeah, I was ZKay. You can find me on Twitter at ZKay012, and there's been a link to all my stuff. And yeah, and Westo, let you yourself.
I'm on here. I'm on Twitch. This is my channel. I'm on YouTube. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Discord. I'm everywhere. But I post the clips that I get from Twitch everywhere. Maybe edit them a little bit. But yeah, you can find me almost anywhere. But thank you all for coming. I really do appreciate it. And thank you, ZKay, for hosting this. You're awesome. I know it's always, it's always a little stressful.
Indeed. And yeah, thank you for being with me. It's always better to be two cast over this type of thing. So thank you for making the time. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
See ya.